What's up, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar with TikTok Tina and that lady who's muted right now. She said one second. Maybe I brought her in here way too quick. Sorry about that, Maddie.
Technical issues, Maddie?
Sorry, I'm here. I've been messing with my webcam settings because I've been fixing it, and every time I come back on here, I look like this for some reason.
That looks like your webcam. Are you using an external webcam?
Yeah, which has always been fine. I've always used that, but it's like, hey, what if every time you set your settings, it just didn't work?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
well, at least we can hear you. Yes, my wife is calling me out for being late. She is at our wonderful daughter's academic team match, like a good parent should be.
Yay!
All right, Maddie.
I'm here.
Okay. Weird. I can't get to the bottom of the screen. Interesting. You're here? Well, give me a second.
Why am I alone? Why did this happen? Why would you do that?
Because I had to refresh. Now, there we go. All right. How's everybody doing this wonderful Saturday morning? I have two amazing people helping me out today because, Melanie is out doing the parents. Whoa.
You're sorry.
I'm going to awkwardly troubleshoot while we're hanging out. So
that's all right.
Omar, what's up with the Flintstones cover in the thumbnail? That is the Flintstones Deluxe Edition. That's the way. They did not advertise it like that, but that is the cover that we are getting. I've never read it, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I started reading it, and it is so good. I
noticed that upstairs. It's kind of like the hyper-realistic kind of look.
It's really, really
good.
It
was a little off-putting to me.
What's up, Instant Motivation? I think a lot of people see it that way, but I wanted to give it a shot. It's Mark Russell. Okay. I've enjoyed a lot of the things he's written. Wait, who's beside Omar? That is a good question. Who are you?
I am Rousey. I can't speak.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be fun later. Okay.
What are you?
I'm from Deltarune.
Deltarune, yes. But behind the mask is this young lady known as TikTok Tina.
Or White Cat Cosplay.
Or White Cat Cosplay. Do you still TikTok?
I haven't in a while. I've been...
You're no longer TikTok Tina.
It's rough with
life is busy.
Life is busy.
Wow, you spelled it all out. Okay, I was like, what is that? Oh, gotcha. Life has been busy. Melanie, that is quite a wig you have on today. Yeah, completely changed up everything. Look, Bart knows who that is. That's Tina. Today's show is the Spinal Tap edition. Morning, y'all. Went and got coffee in the new red Corvette. Named her Red Sonja. That's an awesome name for a red Corvette. Nice. Bavarian Rev, what's up? It's good to see you. And you've been missed, apparently. What's up, Omar, Tina, and Maddie? How are you all?
Good.
We're doing well, man. Morning, Omar, Maddie, and Tina from Charlotte, North Carolina. You made my week with the Spider-Man 2099 announcement. That was a big one. That was one of my big announcements. I loved announcing that book. It's one of my favorite reads as a young man. Hey, Omar, meeting up with JP from Organic Price Books in person. We both live in DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, for those of you that don't. Oh, was that a secret? I'm sorry. To do some trades. I'll tell him you said hello. Okay, you tell him I said hello, and I hope the trade goes well. It's not some shady Craigslist trade, because I heard about those. Don Cheadle's back, everybody. What's up, Sir Don Cheadle? Robbed of an Oscar all the time. If I don't get recommendations for LBT,
all right, I got you.
Comics and manga from Maddie and Tina today, it's a waste of 2 hours. Hey, listen. I recommended some. I said banana fish. That was LBT before LBGT was in the thing.
And anything Tilly Walden, okay? Anything Tilly Walden. Anything by Blue Delaquanti. Whisper, a love song, also very good. A lot of
I saw you just picked that up, Maddie. That's
Sailor Moon. I would name it Ray Harper.
That's an awesome name. What would you name a red Corvette?
A reliable form of transportation for you?
Probably the car. No, I mean I did have a car in high school that I named the Frogger.
It's bad luck if you don't name your car. There's nobody.
I've never named mine.
Oh really?
No.
Oh yeah, mine
Well, my last little red car was Lola.
Yeah, see, you name your cars.
Yeah,
and they're all female names,
like
or
her
it's bad
car
luck.
has not been named because I haven't really sussed it out. Does that make sense? You got to know the car before you name it.
Yeah, I always wanted to have a car like that would. I wanted to have name a car like Garrus from Mass Effect.
Oh, that's yes.
Mine right now is Crimson Mist. Like that's my car's name. Before that, it was Black as Night.
Before that, like overrated names. It's like what you want to happen, but not what your cars are actually.
So if you had a child, you would name it based on what they look like. Dopey.
Are you saying I would produce Dopey?
I'm not just based on what you're saying. You're like, you gotta get to know the child first.
Well, it's like my cat.
Not so bright. Things like that. You're gonna name a child? No, you name a child something that you want them to successful names, right? Like it's part of
so what
human
does
psyche.
Omar?
Means firstborn, also means tent maker. Moving on. Hope your dad is doing better. Thank you, and thank you to all of you that reached out to me over the last couple of weeks about my dad. It's been crazy. He has now been moved to another location, which is about an hour from me. So I finally got to see him yesterday because they finally let him out of the COVID area. They're trying out new medications on him to see if they work, to make sure that it's not affecting any of his other organs. But he is doing better, and he recognizes me. So to me, that means
that's good. That's really good.
Better. But thank you all that have been just wonderful reaching out to me. Thank you. Bought too many books with Amazon sale. Bank empty. Yes, that happens. There's also the Target sale, the buy two, get one free. Got to call the Red Corvette Prince, or the artist formerly known as. We are talking about cars, and no one is talking about Kirby can eat cars now and turn into one. Yeah, we saw the trailer to that, the Nintendo Direct trailer. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so silly. But I'm really excited for Earthbound to come back to like a thing I can play it on, and also for Live a Live.
I never made it stateside.
I never played that, and Tina. Fun little tidbit I learned while watching some Undertale videos today to prep. The Megalovania song is based on a song from Live a Live.
Yes. So there's a lot of like crossovers with it. Like it has references to Punch Out and everything else. But I'll talk to you guys later on that one.
Okay. Thank you all. Hey, look, somebody recognized you.
Yeah.
You're Rousey.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Rousey.
You don't know. You pronounce things worse than I do.
Things so
I'd name my
bad.
Fiona Staples.
Oh, I would name my red car Red Rum. Yes.
Red Rum, nice.
Like from The Shining?
Yes.
Oh,
that'd be great because you like, in like the wintertime, like I just
thank you, brother.
And they have that.
Oh, I thought you were like in the wintertime. I think about murder.
Well, I mean that's all. Yeah.
I mean,
so I think I know you may remember the SNL skit Big Red. It was a kid's toy. It would just squirt out big red juice everywhere.
Gross.
Big Red. Yeah, it was gross, but I loved it. What's up, Wesker? And thank you so much for the super chat. Just because I've been watching for 2 years, this is my first live stream. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you're catching us live. Welcome. What's up, Omar? Maddie?
1 second. I left my coffee in the other room.
Okay. Oh, yeah, go get some coffee.
It's important.
Dude, she didn't mute her mic. What if we heard her?
I can still hear you.
I hate those two idiots.
Oh my God.
The worst. And Tina just looks so stupid in her hat. Thanks you. That's why you always have to make sure you mute. I remember having a job where I was answering phones as a teenager and I forgot to mute. And I was like, this stupid. Oh,
they heard your
Are you serious?
verbal eye roll?
Yeah. Oh, they heard me.
Oh my God.
And it was so sweet. She apologized for being a bad person that I called her. And she was, though. And I didn't know what to say when she apologized because she wasn't supposed to have heard me going off. I forgot to mute the phone. So y'all be careful out there. Make sure you mute. Chrono Cross will be released in Europe for the first time. Never been released in Europe, huh?
Oh, really? I'm so excited for you. I am a huge Chrono Cross fan.
Mm-hmm. 12 other people.
I cosplayed Kid from Chrono Cross. We had like a little group and stuff. So the fact that that's getting remastered and they're adding Radical Dreamers, which we've never had properly, plus with like updated sprites and everything, so excited about that. And plus that intro song makes me cry every time. Oh, thank you.
Wanted to dedicate the first super chat to Maddie and Tina. I have COVID and feeling like crap, so you all are making my. I'm so sorry. That sucks.
So sorry.
I hope it doesn't affect you and it just leaves your body. It sucks.
In and out.
Yeah. Someone at Panini messed up. Immortal Hulk 4 issues 41 through 50 uses the files with the unchanged planet from 43 that got Joe Bennett in trouble. The panel. Yeah, not seen since first print of the floppy. Yeah, somebody got in trouble. But then again, it's not Marvel that runs Panini, right? Like Panini's their own thing, so it wouldn't like come back.
Whenever I hear Panini, I assume that's the other word for the pandemic.
What?
Yeah, the Panini. We're in the
Panini. We're in the Panini. You ever heard that?
No, I get hungry. I like
people because people were like it came from like people on TikTok and YouTube. You can't say pandemic within a certain amount of time or whatever, so they say like Panini.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Or some other ones.
Oh, I can't even.
Panorama.
Yeah.
Game Grumps says the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, so that's how they refer to it.
Okay. Did anyone see Klonoa 1 and 2 are getting HD releases?
I did. I'm so stoked.
I got both of them, and I'm thinking about selling mine too to upgrade to the.
Excited. Now, where's Tomba? Here's the thing, guys. If
nobody wants that pig.
Shut up. If Klonoa can come back, where's my re-release of Tomba 1 and 2? I deserve that.
I don't think Capcom even owns the right.
Game.
Okay, who can give that to me, please?
What?
Have you? There used to be a game. I don't remember the name.
Oh,
of it.
Tina, you have false memory implants like Wolverine. No.
So you're a monkey and you're like a mailman and you're going around kissing people. Does anyone remember this?
That sounds familiar, actually.
Sounds like a game you played as a kid where you pretended to be.
Like no one remembers this game. No one remembers anything that I remember. And I swear
there's
it's
a reason for that.
Memory.
Hey, people in the chat. Here's my thing. Real quick, let's talk about things we remember that other people don't. Have any of you in the chat watched Josh Kirby Time Warrior? There's got to be at least one of you here.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It's live action, like 6 movies.
Live action in 6 movies, somebody sure has. So Ezra bought the Death of Superman after watching your Death and Return to Superman video. I'm glad that's the big one though. And the trade paperbacks are cool because the spines match up and you get the big red logo, the bleeding red S logo. Greetings from Finland. What happened to Melanie? Melanie is the good parent. She is at our daughter's academic team match. Our youngest one, Alicia, she's in the academic team, and today they're competing.
Oh, that's so exciting! I loved academic team.
She's a bright little thing. Working from home, turned into a lot of coworkers taking their mics into the bathroom.
Yeah, I definitely had a coworker who thought she was being slick, and I was like, "Girl, I know you're in your bathroom. I know you're on the toilet."
Mm-hmm.
I can't see it, but I can tell from just right here.
I could tell who was washing dishes, who on my team was washing dishes, or like going out for a walk with their dog, which I didn't care,
I've made TikToks in my bathroom.
During work hours, you can't, right? This is people working from home. They get to do all these things. I love Omar specific PSAs. Yeah, because you're a what are you called? First responder?
I'm not a first responder. I'm within the healthcare umbrella though.
Okay, so that feels, what is that, 1.5, 1.2?
Basically.
Okay.
I'm adjacent.
That scene in the first Naked Gun, I love that. When he starts singing and then he goes again. Oh, man. Kirby mouthful mode, epic.
Gosh, this is the silliest. Because I watched it, I was like, that's obvious like a future Earth, like us, when like the humans are gone, everything's broken down. But at least there's Kirby there to just put trucks in his mouth.
Just trash.
God, Kirby is like the greatest of all time. He is the hero of Smash Bros.
Absolutely terrifying. I mean, I only play as Kirby in Smash Bros. Best because I'm not good at fighting games.
He's totes adorbs, as the kids call it.
And terrifying.
And terrifying. I mean, like some of the Pokemon bios. Like, have you read some of those? Those are horrifying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chrono Cross always got so much undeserved hate back in the day. Chrono Trigger is my favorite of all time, but I also love Cross. I think a lot of us expected a sequel to Chrono Trigger, and we got Chrono Cross was the problem.
Which I hate because it makes so many people like it's like they have such a vehement hate for Cross because of they love Trigger and they're expecting.
I've only played it once, so I can't. All I remember is the fact that it was almost like Suikoden, right? Like it had 100 and something.
Yeah, you get to collect friends.
Yeah.
So of course for me, I'm like.
Okay. As a child.
God, why didn't you become obsessed with Pokemon? With gotta catch them all. That mentality.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
Wow, it's too easy.
So like, I'm not a big Pokemon person. Plus, I I want the story aspect. So like I really love Digimon, especially the new Digimon games and the shows, because there's a lot more heavy like nuance and story in there than in Pokemon.
You're gonna start a
When
riot.
did you pick it up? Like, when did you try it? Was it the old Game Boy, or was it like the?
Well, also I didn't have Nintendo anything.
Oh, that makes sense.
But like,
because we would put them in like.
I like Pokemon Legends Arceus a lot
in the bathroom.
You like
That
Pokemon
is
what?
fun. The new Pokemon game, Arceus. That's
The one
really
where it's
fun.
like boom.
Because
like
it's more
sniper stuff.
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Omar, have you heard from David if he plans to include 2099 event from 2019 in a future Spider-Man 2099 volume since it's left out of the Nick Spencer Omnibus? Well, I guess with the idea of a volume 1 Spider-Man 2099, they're probably planning a companion or something, because Spidey 2099 had a series in 2014. He was part of Superior Spider-Man for a few issues. I mean, and then there's the whole what is it? The Universe? No, 2099 Unlimited. So they could pad it out to like a companion, kind of like Age of Apocalypse if they wanted to, and then include the Nick Spencer stuff from 2019. So maybe. I mean, I'm sure the fact that they have a volume 1 makes me think that there are plans for something. Omni's coming hard and fast. Got Wolverine and the X-Men last week. Uncanny 3 the week before that.
Mine's
Excalibur
on the way.
What is?
My Wolverine and the X-Men Omnibus.
Good. I'm glad you.
I haven't ordered an Omnibus in a long time because I was trying to be really frugal, but I was like, that one I have to.
You do have to. It's great. What's up, Roberto Rodriguez? I ain't clicking on your name anymore. This man hijacked one of our giveaways when I specifically said only people from Europe, and he won twice. Also recovering from COVID myself, started a week and a half ago. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
Went through 5 days of a fever and been feeling like crap since. But today I'm finally improving a lot. I think I've been good for you, man.
Good.
That's what's up. I got book 1 of Yona of the Dawn at last, and the first issue of Old Man.
Nice.
What's Old Man?
I don't know Old Man.
Okay.
But
I know Yona of the Dawn.
Okay, but Old Man, I feel like there's a word missing. Old Man Logan?
Is it a man and his cat?
Peter?
I mean,
that's a book I read.
There's a lot of old mans.
Too many old mans, even.
Okay. First of all, I will get there one day, so y'all need to chill with that old man talk.
I'm just saying currently there's too many.
Cosplay.
I mean, what do you consider old man?
I don't know. Anybody that's 20 years older than I am. Always. Yeah. Even when I'm 80.
Even when you're 80.
Even when I'm 80, the old man's going to be 100. The cosplay is amazing.
Thank you.
Wait, Omar isn't down with the TikTok link. No, I'm not down with the TikTok.
I like that it's like tick.
Because he's like old man adjacent now. So he's...
Y'all chill with that.
That old TikTok.
Although that is one of my things is to Melanie was like, we need to start getting into TikTok, like, because
Omar's like, what's this TikTok? I eat TikToks.
That was my joke for a long time. Now it doesn't make any sense. I'm super excited for Portal coming to the Switch. I saw that 1 and 2 are coming out. You should make a TikTok account. We do have one. It's just that I don't know how to TikTok, although one of my best friends does, so I'm gonna get her to show me. She has like a huge following, but I ain't dressing up. You dress up though, man. You spend a lot of time doing those things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maddie,
have you read Gwenpool?
Yeah.
You can't have a Saturday live stream without Barb mentioning a Gwenpool Omnibus.
Yeah, I've only read I've read a lot just on like the Marvel Unlimited app, so just kind of randomly. But I've really liked everything I've read. I've never read any Deadpool, but I've read Gwenpool.
I like
But
Deadpool.
I'm fixing that this year though, because
Okay,
this year we have some goals of like reading some characters I've never read. So like Punisher and Deadpool are 2 that I want to read this year. Deadpool for fun, Punisher so I can dunk on those people that have Punisher stickers on their cars that obviously have never read it. So it's all about vindication. Have you never driven in our town ever? Do you not see these people?
I mean, my neighbor's right next
with like the Punisher, like American flag thing. I'm
there are people with Calvin and Hobbes peeing on something.
You haven't read
that I've lived with all my life. Of course, I know what you're talking about.
It's time to turn the tables. No more. You're a girl. What do you know? Now it's me to be like, I see you have that sticker.
You're a girl. What do you know?
Have you read that comic book?
That argument never worked.
Bet you haven't.
Because most girls knew a lot more than I did and still do. My 12-year-old daughter schools me on so much. Now I feel like the dumb guy again. There for a while, I was like one of the smartest guys in this house.
You're the only guy in the house.
Yeah, I'm the only guy.
You know me.
Shut up! That's a cat.
Your dog.
Anyway, I'm smarter than that dog. But anyway, yeah. Now that she's
Good.
12, she's like, "No, Dad. Look, no, Poppy. Actually, this is what happened. No, Poppy." I'm like, my daughter is actually me. I'm centered in her room.
I'm so proud.
I like that one of your daughters actuallys, and the other one's like, no, wait, no, wait.
Oh, at
Those
least
are so cute.
What do you think of the X-Men Jim Lee cards from 1992 getting a hardcover? Hopefully that means future announcements like 1994 Spider-Man Mark Bagley card series. In a way, I kind of wish they would reprint the cards in blister packs because I love that element of surprise of like opening up a pack. Which card did I get? And then I know people don't communicate like we used
dumped
to.
on me about my collection of Marvel cards.
Trading cards?
Yes.
Yeah, but yours sucked though. Like you went with like the later years. We're talking about the classic stuff. The Jim Lee, X-Men 1,
like
X-Men 2,
91 Marvel Flare. Yeah, I have those.
I've never seen your Flare cards.
Yeah, they're in the very beginning of my thing with like the Dick Tracy.
Judged her outright.
Okay, you're a girl. What do you know?
Typical.
Here's my argument. I'm excited for that, but like I said, I'd rather have like the trading cards. Those were fun. And back then we used to trade. That's why they were called
that's
trading
why they
cards.
have so much damage on them.
Real quick, it's Tulip.
Yes, Tulip. Thank you.
Yeah.
I ordered a used copy for 90 cents on GameStop around 2013 during the fire sale, and they sent me a sealed one. It has not yet been opened. A true Tulip fan.
Nice.
Time to play it and stream it, Tima.
I somehow have control over Omar's YouTube randomizer. Trying to make people laugh on Christmas Day and gratitude I get. You didn't make me laugh.
That was your mistake.
It was a lot of fun. Except for the European people. They weren't laughing at all. Are y'all doing any meetups or comic conventions in the future? I miss your interviews, etc. Should do.
If it could be safe.
Washington Comic Con is coming up here in a few weeks.
Yeah, but
last one. Year, and I didn't even go to that one. I was just like, everybody was like, it was not worth it.
Also, you guys can't go to that one because I'm having a wedding that weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Were we invited?
Yeah. Well, okay, so 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I asked if you would officiate, but also you don't have to because you have a lot happening.
I'm so going to wing that. I'm going to officiate it.
You don't have to
wear that hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're still invited anyway.
So I got demoted because of
COVID? No. I just know that you have a lot going on. So if you want to change your mind, it's okay.
Maybe I can swing it.
Okay.
I'll wing it.
All right.
Whatever.
There's going to be an open bar.
You did.
So it'll be a great time.
That's like I'm sleep talking, man. Yes.
If you see Omar,
we'll talk about it after hours. After hours, but after the episode, we can talk about it. As far as I do have some interviews coming up. Actually, 3 days in a row of interviews. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Melanie is interviewing Elsa Chartier, who's one of our favorite artists. She is a wonderful artist, and she has a lot of upcoming projects, not only at Marvel, but her own independent stuff. She has her own YouTube channel where she breaks down the panels, and she's just an amazing artist. She's drawn Harley Quinn and a few other projects for DC and Marvel. On Monday, at 7 p.m., I'm interviewing Matt Hawkins, who is from Top Cow Studios, has worked with Mark Silvestri. Like he's written a lot of stuff for Image Comics. But Tuesday's the big announcement. Tuesday at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and these are all live, by the way. I am interviewing Brandon Sanderson, and he's going to be on talking about his graphic novel that he is putting together.
That's super exciting.
That is very exciting.
That's a big get.
So he did ask if he could sign autographs while he's being interviewed because he's trying to multitask. I'm like, dude, you write like a book a day. You can do whatever you want to while you're being interviewed. So,
and I'll make sure we're done. But I saw your message, but I was in the middle of that event. Jesse Gender will be on again on Tuesday. We're reading Guardians.
Which Guardians?
The Dan Abnett run.
Oh, good. A classic.
Yeah, and I talked to her. She's like, I was hoping you asked me back on. I was like, well, you're like a really big YouTuber and busy. And she's like, no, I'd love to be on every month. And I was like, yes.
Nice.
Trigonosis. What in the world did I just log into? This is the Maddie and Tina show, guest starring Omar, because they're the ones that steal the show.
But real quick, to answer the convention question, as soon as it's like safer and more available, because part of it's the traveling places where you're more likely to get hit than it is like the convention space itself. I think it would be really fun for us to do meetups and things because I've always wanted to do that, or do panels, like do topics like we do here, but like do it at a convention. I think would be really fun as a way to meet with everybody. And I haven't done panels for like 5 years, so it's a good time to do them again.
I think so, yeah. And I want to go to at least 3 conventions. One of them is New York Comic Con, but it really depends on.
We gotta go stay with
things.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe opened up his house like 2 years ago, so
Yeah.
I hope he remembers what I just showed.
Oh, I tell him all the time.
Hello, all. Kept missing the Q&A live. Had to get here on time. Thank you.
But
And ironically,
you
your
need to
name
get
is
here.
early. That's all.
Damn it, Omar! I was ready.
Faster. You gotta go faster. Quips. You gotta go with the quips, Maddie.
Ugh.
My favorite card set was the
I'm
1994 Tim and Greg Hildebrand Marvel Masterpiece. Did you have those? Those were awesome too. Melanie has a whole
I
collection
can
of
take
a
a look
bunch of
and
these.
see what I've got. Because I collected during 91 to, I think, what was the last card I collected? Memory fails me. I'd have to pull out my book. I haven't pulled them
I
out
did the
forever.
first 3 years of Marvel, the Marvel cards, and I did Marvel Flair. I did the X-Men 1, 2. I don't think I did if there even was a third one.
Like, I was in elementary when I first started collecting.
DC.
So it's
I did
not like I got my hands on a lot of flares.
I did the first 2 years of DC too. Thoughts on Dan Didio?
I used to give him a hard time a lot online. I feel like it was easier for me to project all my problems with DC on him.
I think that's
And
what
then-
happened to a lot of people, though. A lot
Yeah.
of people did that. I think he was a visionary. I think that there were a lot of things that he did for the DC universe in comics and collected editions that, he tried out different formats. I don't think a lot of his plans were well executed. He had weird ideas for a lot of the characters that I really hold near and dear. And he was a decent writer.
We simply just didn't get there.
Unfortunately, him and a lot of people at DC lost their jobs. So I don't think there's one person to blame for the way things are being handled or were handled at DC. It's just sometimes we put a face with a certain situation and we like to say, hey, it's Dan Didio's fault that all this went to crap.
Yeah,
Maddie's getting married, heartbroken.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
I did have to postpone it like 3 times, but
Nah, it happens though.
Yeah.
No Fiona Staples interview. No, she broke my heart when she lied to me. Omar, Tulip is also still available on the PS3 for $9.99. I ended up downloading it on there some years. Dude, new Spooky Channel is the Tulip guy. Like, he knows all about Tulip.
See?
Wait a second. What is this?
What?
Corey, what?
So
Have you heard
Joel
about
Jones got accused of tracing what was it, Pepe Larraz, like two particularly one Jean Grey and I think was it M in her new Wonder Woman cover.
Like tracing or using the same sort of model?
No, I
I've
mean,
heard
here's the thing though. She was accused of tracing by a somebody like me or you, right? Like somebody that's not in the industry that was like, hey, I noticed this.
Right.
What do you all
there's
think?
Very
But
common
as
poses.
soon as you put it on Twitter, then people chime in.
Right.
And it's interesting because I actually talked about this a couple of weeks ago when talking about Doctor Strange Volume 2. There's a certain artist in there that was literally copying the backgrounds of Steve Ditko's work and copying a lot of EC covers. But we never called. I didn't even know about this until I looked at one of the covers. I'm like, that looks really similar to something else. And then I went online, looked up his name, and sure enough, there were allegations. But the writers, like, there's always the writers that work with these people. Like Roy Thomas talked about how, the guy was nothing but professional. Guy was he got his work done on time. And you hear Peter David talk about Greg Land in that way. They worked together on Symbiote Spider-Man, and people always
I was about to say,
like,
when I think about tracing, that's what comes to mind. I think there's like a degree too. So I can't speak. I haven't seen any of this actually.
Well,
but
and so many people accuse people of tracing work these days.
I mean, Greg Land did.
Similar structure, similar layout. And as an artist speaking, like if you use similar models, people use magazine covers all the time. Sailor Moon's artist was very JoJo as Sailor Moon's artist. They were widely known to use like Vogue covers and mirror that artwork. It's not necessarily tracing when you use a model, but there's a degree to it, like were they line on tracing or were they using a similar model?
So yes, it was Pepe Larraz for the Trials of Amazon cover, Superman flying from Gleason's right. But I will say, artists did step in and say, I always find it, really crushing. And some were just flat out kind of rude the way they worded it. Like, insulting when somebody that's not an artist dares to judge someone that is an artist because they have no idea how much time we spend, researching and how much corners a lot of us cut, but they just never see because we're really good at hiding it.
Well, you probably have to. And I guess there's also something to be said that, like, I can't understand from their aspect at all. But as someone who's like a photographer on the side, I very frequently will look at examples of other people's poses or even from the same series to mirror and do.
There's, exactly. And that's why I said, if you are mirroring, that's fine. Are you homaging or are you actually line tracing? If you're line tracing, that's a whole different thing.
Kristen, I've been through a lot this week. You can't, I can't have Joelle Jones and Babs Tarnews in the same week.
All her lady creators are being crushed. What's up, Omar? Sorry I haven't been in the streams in a while. Seems to have been a lot of changes based on this one. Yeah, man. What's up? No, not a lot of changes. My wife is still with me. I did not replace her with this creature next to me.
Melanie left, finally.
This is my rebound. What the heck are you? Somebody was asking.
I'm not a rebound. I am not rebound material. Thank you.
Whoa! You took offense?
I like that.
I didn't mean to offend you, man. You should. That was more of a compliment.
What? Rebounds are not a compliment, Omar.
Omar rebounds a compliment. Anyway, I'm a bit late. Hope you don't mind asking. Who is Tina cosplaying? That was the question.
Delta Rune. Rouse. I
feel like you're pronouncing it a different way every time someone asks. Down with COVID this week. Dude, JT, you too, man. I've been feeling really poorly, but super nice to see the three of you here today. Long time no see, Tina. We did the AMA together.
We did.
JT, don't let it get you.
How long ago was that? Like a couple weeks?
It's been almost a month because I got to do one for this month. Feel like Joelle Jones should just stick to doing art. To be honest, I think she might have started tracing because of lack of. Well, is she also writing the Trial of the Amazons? I thought that somebody else was writing that. So, like in the old days,
I have so much. I have like Joelle Jones and Archer art on my wall right
here. You know what? One of my favorite artists.
You're gonna tell me Jenny Frist? I can't listen.
Don Rosa is one of my favorite artists, and he started tracing Carl Barks. Like his ducks in his first published work were traces of Carl Barks ducks. Until he got accustomed to drawing them. So like the old days, there wasn't an easy way to track and find old art being copied unless you already knew about it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Amanda's not a manga person, but I'm sure Melanie would join in.
Oh yeah.
Omar's just as much of a manga person as the rest of us.
Yeah, but I'm not a lady. Like I think he wants ladies. You want lady manga? Lady manga group. It looks like ladies. Talk about their favorite manga. I can talk about my favorite manga all day long.
Which is Berserk.
You didn't
I just read Sweat and Soap.
Is that a manga?
Good. Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Equally sparks sweet and spicy. It was good. It's very good.
Joelle, swiping was painful. Swiping has been around since the golden age, but dang, yeah, it's been around. And here's the crazy part. Some artists that swipe are, how do I put this? Like overshadow the original artist sometimes.
Well, a lot of these
because they're faster.
Well, or they're faster, or they're better known. So big artists who swipe smaller artists' work never tend to get called out.
Omar, is there a reason for the two different covers? The New Mutants Omnibus are a month apart, or is it just to make me wait longer for my version? I don't have an answer to that, but it's not just New Mutants. It's also like Excalibur 2, Howard the Duck, X-Men reprint, Fantastic Four reprint. I think it depends on when the printer sent the books over to the distribution center. Perhaps they were supposed to arrive there at the same time, different ships. I really don't know. But it's a bunch of books. So, for example, like Howard the Duck, the standard edition cover comes out next week, but the direct market cover, and I'm talking about the Chip Zdarsky Howard the Duck, the direct market cover doesn't come out until March 8th. So it's everywhere, brother. I've always found it interesting how one person can copy artwork and have their career derailed over time. Yet, right? This is exactly blew up and became the pop art artist, right? Like we all studied it when we were. I don't know if the kids still do or not, but like when we were in art school, like that was the definitive pop art. Was, you know, all these frames that he would use from comics.
Well, and unfortunately, and again, this is where I always get heat. 'Cause I'm like, it doesn't matter what you look like, but it does affect the different barriers you have in the industry. So some people, due to certain aspects of how they look and who they are, get away with it more so than other people. It doesn't affect their career. I won't say who, because people get a little sensitive.
You mean me? I'm not sensitive.
I'm
like Kirby.
You're pretty sensitive. I wasn't talking about you.
I'm pretty sensitive.
You're a big old
Field of Dreams. I'm man enough to admit that. That movie's beautiful. Anyway, hey Omar, I just started my own YouTube channel. Is there any advice you can give me if you can? Thank you. Yes. The best advice I can give you is the same advice I give everybody else. Don't expect fame, fortune, and glory. You know, go into it because you love talking about the things that you want to talk about. Go into it because you're having fun doing it. And go into it, and even when you don't think somebody's watching and you're still enjoying doing it, and eventually, you know, you have, even if it's 10 people that are watching, that's 10 people you've reached and touched. And, you keep doing it. You keep doing it because you love doing it, whatever it is, whatever, whatever YouTube channel you're starting. Do it because of the love and passion that you have for it.
People catch on to that really fast because if you stay engaged with material, if you're focused on it, if you love the material, it really shows when you're discussing it with people.
Mm-hmm.
You stay engaged. If it's something you're not really interested, but it's
popular
at the time, people get burnt out, and you don't have that energy.
Burning out does happen. That is a thing, but as long as you're enjoying it and you're having fun doing it, just keep on trucking and the best advice I can give you is buy even a cheap mic, $10 mic. Audio is very important at first. Visuals can wait. I mean, it really depends on what you're showing and stuff, but visuals can wait. Most people are audio. Like if your audio sucks, they will leave. Mm-hmm. So get you a good mic. And by a good mic, I mean like a $10 mic that you can hook up to your iPhone or hook up to your camera and be consistent. So if you have one video, if you plan on doing one video a week, you stick to that timeline and you're like, okay, I'm going to do a video a week. This is the day, Tuesday at 9 p.m. or whatever, that's the best advice I can give you. That's my $2.50 advice. Any new Marvel Omnibus announcements coming up? Also, when is the Omni reprint poll? Omni reprint poll, I'm actually working with those guys this Sunday on that. We're building a big database, and by we I mean those guys. They're wonderful and they're helping me out. James and Luis, and now we got Chris from comicreleases.com that's gonna help. So as far as announcements, I don't know. I'm trying to get them for next week, but it might be the week after. But we'll see. It really depends on their choices of covers and things like that. I still don't know who Tina is. What book is she from? She's from a video game.
Use your imagination.
No, why would you say that? Just say she's from Delta Rune, the sequel to Undertale. Do you think IDW's collected editions of the Transformers are going to go out of print soon, or they stay in print? I say they're going to pump out as much as they can within the next catalog, because they lose the license at the end of the year, I want to say. But if they go out of print, they're going to focus on, I think what they'll do is they'll focus on new material that hasn't, like Phase 3. Okay. But once the older stuff goes out of print, they will not be reprinted. Think of Conan. When Dark Horse lost the Conan rights, they pumped out the last 2 Colossal Conans, all the Chronicles. I'm sorry, what were they called? The Conan, oh my goodness, Almanac. What were they called? Their trades. They pumped out as much as they could before they lost the license. They didn't reprint any of the old Conan trades or Colossal Conan. That's the same thing that's going to go through IDW, unfortunately. So as much as I hate putting FOMO into people, get them while you can is all I can say, because there's no way they will be reprinted, which sucks.
Poor Dan.
He's fine. I think he's caught up.
Okay.
A lot of the great artists started by tracing up. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Favorite volume of Criminal is still the very first one. I was blown away by the interconnecting stories through different times. Have you read Criminal yet, Maddie? Ed Brubaker?
Maybe. I think I have.
I love it. It's so good. Princess Omar could join. No. He's gone. Oh, wait, that's right. You mean for the manga? I guess I could. The only manga I've read is Doraemon. I've never read Doraemon.
Oh, really? So I studied abroad in high school so I went to Japanese high school, like school uniform and everything. And my Japanese wasn't that great, but in the library they had like copies of Doraemon that were English on one side and Japanese on the other side. And I didn't have like the internet on my cell phone or anything at that time, right? So we sit in the library in my free periods and just read that, and then the English copy of The Girl Interrupted screenplay.
Interesting.
Because that was it. That was all that was there for me to read.
The moving is going all right, man. Yeah, the shelves will be empty. This is all that's left. Just the shelves to kind of fake that I still have a studio.
Everything
is gone. Tina helped out. She was great. You really surprised me moving those big boxes when I told you to stop moving the boxes.
Back problems. I'm like, let me
I don't have back problems. I know how to pick up a box.
It's okay to admit that you have back problems. Listen, I can lift. I'll come over and I'll carry the heavy boxes for you.
Yeah, but she was stubborn, and then she's going to be aching the next day for not listening.
I was not.
All right. Anyway, have you read the current series of Moon Knight? I just finished it. I liked it a lot. It is written... It's Christopher Cantwell that wrote that one. Where is it? It's going to be in my next overview that's coming up this week. Am I excited for the upcoming series? Yes, because I want to see what their take on Moon Knight is. And this is such a good point. Roger Cruz used to swipe from Joe Mad before he swiped from Jim Lee. 100%. As a matter of fact, there was a Joe Mad issue of Uncanny X-Men, I think 320 something. What was it? It's where Skin is reading the newspaper and it says Cruz swipes again because he was calling him out. You are 100% right. Do you like to listen to music while reading comics?
Oh, yeah.
Is this something you all do?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of music? I usually put on like
Gothic. Okay.
It depends. It depends on like the genre of the book. But I really enjoy like putting on like a YouTube like lo-fi video to fit whatever the theme is, because then you have like you can find the ones that have the extra like environmental sound added on, like the soundscapes. I really like soundscapes, like rain or thunder added into over
if you
like
want
some
to
music.
sleep or you want to relax.
Well, for me, it helps me concentrate. So like, and I think that's just the way my brain is ADHD, but like the extra sound added on to that, it's like it blocks out everything so I can just focus on what I'm reading. So like it just depends on what type of book. But I like to pair the book with the type of genre of music to make sure
You're
it
very
adds
like
up.
this wine goes with this.
Yeah, you need to get in the
type
mood.
of, you know, like
yeah.
I always put JRPG music on.
Yeah.
Even games I haven't even played, like Nier. What's the Nier game? The Nier 2?
Automata, Replica.
Yeah. Oh my god, the soundtrack to that.
It's
I've never played it, but the
it's
soundtrack
really
is beautiful. Omar, I'm looking at Joelle Jones' art right now in question, and the character is straight lived from Polaris to it was Polaris, that's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure it happens, man. And I'm sure I don't know. I'm not an artist, so I can't say that. I'm sure everybody at their job has cut corners in some way, but I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying I'm nobody to call out. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. Omar, what's the DC Omni that's hot right now that I should get before it goes out of print? Superman by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, because Batman and Robin went out of print. So get that. It's a hot book. It's a good book if you've never read it. It's one of my favorite Superman runs. Wolverine 89, drawn. That was Mark Pacella that drew that, and he traced the Sabretooth panel. And then get this. I used to remember there was another. It was a Ghost Rider book with Sabretooth that featured in it with the exact same Jim Lee pose. So at one time, Jim Lee's pose and Sabretooth picture got swiped twice. We just didn't have the internet back then. I don't understand why DC keeps hiring Martini. And he's been called out for a lot of swiping. The Martina, who's popular because of doing covers. What do you think of the news of Mario Kart Pass coming? Yeah, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. That's all I need. That's all I need. And you know what? And I'll buy Mario Kart Physical when it comes out 2 years from now, too, because I love that game. My kids haven't seen the real Poppy. It's when I play Mario Kart. Like, it's so weird.
It was really cute when you were playing with them.
With them, I was like, Good job, girls. I am nothing like that with adults.
I know your daughter was like getting really frustrated, and you're like, honey, calm down. You know how you get good at this? You practice. You just got to keep practice and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave a good pep talk, and I was like, no, Omar, just cream the girls.
Just destroy them.
Just destroy them. Let them know the real world.
Guys, have you heard of the controversy with Marvel editing the art on the latest?
Oh, yeah, it's been all over my Twitter feed.
Somebody emailed
all
me.
Over it.
Okay, so it was. I cannot. Is it Greg Smallwood? Was that who it was? The artist, I believe.
I think so.
You double check that for me.
Yes.
The artist sent the
Greg Smallwood.
Okay. And all I know is what somebody emailed me, like his side of the Greg Smallwood side of the story.
Now,
Greg Smallwood drew the part of the anthology of Elektra, Black, White, and Blood, right? So I think it's 8 pages. I don't know, 10 pages maybe. And apparently the editor asked him to change some of the art, and he's like, I can't, because he was having a child, I want to say. Is that right, Maddie? His baby. He was having something. So the artist said, all I know is that he told him, like, either take it down or I'll change it when I have time. So eventually what Marvel editors did was hire somebody to do it, to redraw. Not mostly it's the eyes, right, Maddie? Or face.
Yeah, they didn't feel like it was a good representation, so they said, they basically, he's like, I really don't have time to fix this right now. And they're like, well, we can't pull the story, so we'll just take a crack at your pages instead. And he said, I don't want anybody touching my art. So he's dropped what he was doing and immediately reworked all the panels that were flagged. But they didn't even bother using his new art. Instead, they went to print with their own revised pages. Okay. So he was not given the chance to make further revisions or even improve the alterations. Is what his thread says.
Of course. Now, again, I am not an artist, nor do I work in the industry, but this is not something new.
Right.
I did an overview of the Absolute Fourth World. Every single panel that Jack Kirby drew of Superman's face was redrawn because DC set the standard on how Superman should look. Now, whether Jack knew that or not, I'm sure he did, because, I mean, he had been drawing Superman in the Jimmy Olsen comic. This is something that it's not unheard of. It happens in comic books by the big two. And, you want to side with the artist, of course, but it's also
what their contract is.
And I also
work for hire. Then
so if it's work for hire,
nothing you can
who
really
owns that license? I mean, the artist.
I think it is important to see like the context around why things were changed as well, and like what the message it sends, because there's all these Asian characters, so they were thinking of it, making it a better representation.
Right.
But then we have artists such as like Jen Bartel coming up saying, like, they made your perfectly representative art look uncomfortably close to a series of racial stereotypes. And not only do they make your work look objectively worse, but the end product is actually very upsetting and counterproductive from an Asian sensitivity.
Yeah, that's what Raphael was saying. Problem was that Marvel made the Asian characters wider and more open, which raised the question of racism. Man. Okay, so the editor admitted the mistake and was promised all okay, so then the gallery edition will have Greg's original artwork. Okay. Cool. And I mean, there is both a curse and a wonderful thing with social media, right? Like, sometimes good things happen when you stir up something, and then, but I was going to say, it really, back to what we were talking about, if you are a work for hire and this is a licensed product, then it depends on whatever they want to do. They can do whatever they want to do.
It depends
if they aren't happy with
fine details of the contract. If they have revision capabilities, I mean, you get an artist for their style, how they represent a certain character, but the brand also has their goal of keeping it on point. A lot of them will have character art that you have to stay to specific details. And they often have times where they do have to revise it, and it is within their contracts that they can revise it to make it more their standard.
Yep. Happy Saturday. I've always wanted to have an omnibus. I'm a big Batman fan. Any ideas, Tina?
Oh, there's a ton of Batman.
No, let Tina take this
Do
one.
not let me
Tina,
do
take
this because I have not really been a DC fan. I have not really read any DC comics. I've only watched Batman. So
okay, Maddie, what do you suggest?
It's tough because it depends on what type of Batman reader you are. So some of like the more popular Batman books, I'm not as into as I am into Bat family books.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, if it's a Batman book I want to read, it'd be Batman and Robin, or it would be like more of a detective comics.
It's good choices.
Then it would be like Batman by Snyder and Capullo. Like I like that, but I don't like it as much as other Batman stories.
You like the Batman Thanksgiving family.
Yeah, because to me, Batman by itself is not as interesting as Batman with and how he interacts with people in his life and how they better him. And because you see more of character from Batman through the people he surrounds himself with.
If you're a fan of the animated series at all, Batman by Paul Dini is the way to go. Even though I don't agree with the mapping, it's freaking amazing what he's able to do, like especially towards the earlier stories where it's one comic, one story, and you move on to the next comic. It's just great. Then you get the crossovers and things, but it's a fun book, man. If you can, and that one's still in print. And I agree with Maddie, Batman and Robin, but sadly that one's out of print right now.
No Batman with a gun.
Batman Year 2 is one of the greatest Batman stories ever. Do not come at me. Jen Bartel covers. Have you all read Blackbird? Have you read Blackbird? Oh, man, it's beautiful. She is phenomenal.
Well, and I love Jen Bartel as a person, and I also love all of her covers. Also, I love how much Final Fantasy art she's put out in the past year.
She does Final Fantasy art? That's
cool.
Cool.
Okay, she's basically putting together, and she's had other stuff going on, but she wants to put together a Final Fantasy VII art book because she's been so in love with that, and she has made some fantastic artwork from that series and some pretty spicy stuff.
So she wants to put out like a nice fan book.
Yeah. Well, you had me a spicy and Jen Bartel. More.
There's some Cloud Tifa art that is it's something.
What's your girl, Tara?
My girl from Final Fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
No, man. What's her name? Rosa from Final Fantasy 4. She had a whip.
Okay, yeah.
Omar, any info? There'll be an Excalibur Omnibus. Yeah, April. Excalibur Omnibus Volume 1 is when the reprint is. I think the FOC already came and went, so that's why I was telling everybody 2 weeks ago and last week, make sure you pre-order that one, because that one will have a small print run, especially to you wonderful people in the UK. Pre-order I believe you can pre-order from Reed's, but if you want to branch out, you can pre-order from Walt's Comic Shop. They're out of Berlin, Germany. And they're the official sponsor of this part of the show. They have the cheapest prices for Marvel and big DC books in the EU. Flat rate shipping of €9.90. Extremely careful and sturdy packaging. WaltzComicShop.com. Don't forget to tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way. Just type in Near Mint Condition, all one word, all caps at the checkout, and you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order. Now, Melanie usually sings this part. Can you do it? Can you sing? Walt's Comic Shop.
Walt's Comic Shop. Your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe.
Did you just get an accent when you sing? That's cool, man.
I don't know. I can do an accent, but
all right, there we go. Hey, Omar, I gotta go. Hey, be good, Rick. Rick Gear. Thanks for the great content. Bring on the Bagley Makelani Omnibus and Star Wars Legacy Omnibus. All right, brother. Being Vietnamese myself, the eyes he drew weren't racist. I have plenty of people in my family with similar eyes. There you go. I think it's one of those things too, though, like Gabrielle, like there's a lot of things that bother, Latinos that don't bother me. So I think, it's a fine line. Like you have to see it from the perspective of people that are offended. And I get it. It took me a long time to realize that. Just because it doesn't bother me doesn't mean it should not bother everybody, right? So the reprints will have the original Greg Smallwood art. Yes. No Man's Land, Rebel by Design. No Man's Land, really? For a Batman, for like their first omnibus, huh? I like that. Rise and Fall of the Batman, that's the one that Maddie was thinking of. Loeb and Cell is great. I forgot about that omnibus. That is also a great omnibus. Absolute Killing Joke. And that is cheap, man. Beautiful Brian Bolin artwork, and you get the original colors and the new colors. Happy Saturday to one of the greatest artists right
Happy
here.
you guys.
Matthew.
I don't know if you can
Thank
tell
you.
back here, but where's my hand? Matthew made this for me,
Here, hold on,
and
let me
I
see if I can-
cried. Look how beautiful
It's
that is.
gorgeous.
It's a
Beautiful.
woman in a wedding dress.
Oh, that's what
And
he
now
did.
it's behind me to see every day.
And Tina's got your package from. You still got their stuff, right?
I do. I'm gonna
Did you
give
tell
it to
her?
No, I didn't.
You did not tell her.
I have
What?
Christmas gifts for you at the house.
And-
when you guys come over.
And she's got an omnibus.
And an omnibus, and I've got
from-
some stuff for Dan.
I
which
got
I-
an omnibus.
from Scotty G.
Mhm.
Who's,
Ah!
I've had it forever, and when we were packing, I'm like,
Here's
this.
just like here's a stuff
Scotty.
for Maddie, and it's got some stuff for you in it too, and some
Listen.
stuff for Dan.
Scotty is
Giving
just giving me
everybody
serotonin all year.
Omar, my copy of Uncanny X-Men Volume 1 is on the way, and I can't wait to read what you dedicated your life to. I have dedicated my life to Uncanny X-Men in the Chris Claremont Church. Hey, Ryan, if you like any all-in-one Batman, yes, there's a man right here, Project Viking, my buddy. He does
Can we
not...
talk about his facial
But,
hair,
yeah.
though? Because if that's you, I love it.
Oh, Project Viking is one good-looking dude. That's why he's not allowed on my show anymore. Do not step...
Wait, he's been on this show?
Oh, no, we did a one-on-one, him and I.
Oh.
And Melanie too. He's a super smart
Maddie,
guy.
You're
too.
not going to share that handsome face with the viewers?
No,
And me?
It's a one-on-one, man. That's another tier if he wants to talk to Maddie. We'll talk about that later.
I just want to see the mustache. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Love me some spice. Likes me some spicy food. Were we talking about spicy food?
I was talking about spicy as in lewd.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I do like spicy food.
Omar, will you be updating your most wanted omnibus list? So what? I think I'll update my most wanted Spider-Man omnibus. I think I'll do that. Since I did X-Men and Marvel and DC last year and Batman, maybe I'll do Spider-Man and Superman this year. Make it a little bit different. Now, Paul Dini wrote a short story for Harley Quinn, Black, White, and Red, but would love for him to write. He did. He is the one that introduced Harley Quinn to the DC universe. And you can find that story finally reprinted in collected editions in the Batman No Man's Land Omnibus Volume 1 for the first time. And they did not solicit that it was in there. I don't know why they didn't solicit that it was in there.
There's so many good things in chat. Real quick.
Mr. Yellow is very depressed, folks. What's going on, Mr. Yellow?
No, sorry.
I hope things... I wish I knew my... Is that Wild Force Yellow? I hope that makes your day that I'm able to tell who that is. I think that's Wild Force Yellow. Help me out, Tina.
I don't remember who's who. I just know the theme songs from most of them.
Okay. Ron Wasserman does the theme songs. I knew that. I'm sorry, Maddie, you highlighted something.
Oh, yeah. I just want to say thank you.
Thank
glad
you.
you enjoyed it.
That is a wonderful
Sorry,
show.
I was out this week. It's been the week from hell, but I survived.
You
I'm on the other
survived.
side of it now.
I hope you're okay,
Let's
Maddie.
go day drink.
All
Yay!
right. Big hi from Stu. He wants a Stan Slott Spider-Man plus new Avengers and a new spine reprint on Avengers. Any news on Avengers new spine? No news on Avengers. Dan Slott Spider-Man Omnibus is probably my #1 most wanted. I don't know. It's going to be tough for me which one I want more. The Bagley Michelini would really, really fill that gap. But Dan Slott is long overdue. But honestly, I kind of want Brand New Day more. I don't know, but that's just me.
Or both.
Dude, did I see Hawkman, the live action Hawk? Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. Where did we get that? Where are we at?
He's looking for it.
I know Amanda put it in.
Where?
Ah, here we go. Look at that. So awesome. Carter Hall. And wait, Carter Hall. And don't forget Dr. Fate, though. We also got to see Cyclone and Atom Smasher.
Ah.
I'm so ready for that Black Adam movie. So ready. It looks awesome. And I'm ready to be excited about DC movies because I haven't been excited for a DC movie since.
Yeah, man, they got me
That
excited.
Wonder Woman really did a number on me.
I can't even. I rented a whole ass theater to watch.
Yeah,
that
I
movie.
remember.
You seemed to really like it at the time, and then you're like, you thought about it, and you're like, man, maybe I'm just so hyped because it was Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that
I don't remember liking it.
No,
I remember.
No, you did. So Maddie went through this phase. She was like, oh yeah, that's really cool, and then you're like, you thought about it more, and you're like, oh, well, that wasn't that good. Well, no.
They put 3 different movies in one, and I feel like they did that to hurt me personally.
You could see the stages of grief on Maddie.
It was rough, guys. I ain't gonna lie, it was rough.
I liked Suicide Squad though, but I know
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad.
Are you watching Peacemaker too?
No, because I didn't like him, but everyone is saying that show's good, so I guess I have to watch it.
I'm on episode 2, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But my brother's like, you gotta
Everyone's talking about it, so I'm like, well.
Yeah, right? I was the same way. I
chance.
was like, he wasn't one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yeah.
I wish they had done like Ratcatcher. I would have been good with
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
But
I like that name.
Ratcatcher?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a Batman villain, and the movie takes liberties with
Batman villains are amazing.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Omar. Thank you for the super chat, Planet 628. Are we ever going to get at least one Robin Omnibus? The series has some great Tom Grumet art that deserves to be collected. There was one in the catalog that was by Bill Willingham, the guy that wrote Fables, and it got canceled. It got taken out of the catalog because it didn't get officially solicited, sadly. That is the only Robin Omnibus that I remember seeing on there. And then, of course, outside of the Bronze Age. But anything post-Crisis, they didn't finish Chuck Dixon's run in trade paperback format. So, I don't know, man. I'm with you. I would love that. It's got not only Tom Grumet, but some of the early stuff has Tom Lyle's artwork, the late Tom Lyle, who was a phenomenal artist. And then Freddie Williams, the guy that did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman, whose artwork is just awesome. Like, I love his mix of anime and Western art. But hopefully one day, man, I want to read the Ultimates, but I want to hear your opinion before reading it. Ultimates by Mark Millar? It's stupid fun. Like, it really changed the way Marvel comics were made. It went from, ever since then, we've had these cinematic-like widescreen events for Marvel comics because of Brian Hitch's artwork. Don't expect a masterpiece going into it, but it is stupid fun. I know a lot of people hate Captain America. You think this A stands for France, which rightly so. It was stupid and cringy. But
oh my god,
every once in a while, I kind of like his cap when he tells like Hank, "I need you to step outside." When he's at the bar after he found out that he hit Janet, I thought that was a cool Cap moment. But then there's other cringy moments in there. Oh my gosh. And there's so much pop culture from that era, like Freddie Prinze Jr. wanting to date Janet Van. Like, it's ridiculous, right?
Oh, I love that. But also I love Freddie Prinze Jr. because he hides himself in weird geeky realms. Like,
he's a comic book
wrestling.
Reader.
Like he's a great voice actor. He's in Star Wars. Like, he's Iron Bull in Dragon Age. Like, I love that man.
He was a big comic book guy. He wanted to get that Spiderman role that eventually went to Tobey Maguire. But anyway, enjoy it. It's fun. It's like your summer blockbuster. Don't expect, great in-depth writing. It's just really fun. What's up, Nicolas Lasala? How you doing, buddy? Hey. Good to make it another chat. 4 a.m. in Australia.
Oh, goodness.
Woo, brother.
Oh, yeah, it was Kanan Jarrus. I love
Happy
Rebels.
Saturday. That is some bad A makeup.
Thank you.
Me? No, this is natural, baby. This is all natural. Oh, you're talking about? Yeah, I know you're talking about Tina over here. You never miss on Batman Long Halloween. Actually, Dark Victory Deluxe by Jeff and Loeb is out too. And Catwoman When in Rome is coming soon. Yep. The only one they haven't done in deluxe format is The Haunted Knight. Maddie, do you like facial hair on girls too? I can buy a mustache.
It's worth a try.
The new Power Rangers hardcover is coming. That's right. Go Power Rangers
good.
Year 1 is finally coming out. I'm excited for that. When is the reprint vote? Here in the next week or so, I'll be making a video about that. So probably not before next Saturday, but sometime after that. That depends on how long it takes us and how long we have to double check to make sure these books are actually out of print. Because right now, that's the nightmare part, is making sure these books are still out of print. What do I think of Jason Aaron's X-Men and Wolverine? I loved it, man.
It's so good.
Loved it. It's such a different Wolverine.
So
He's always been
I want Tina to read it.
You would like it.
You would like it.
Well, you also said I would like Whedon's. Like,
astonishing. Did you not like it?
It was. I just actively, and I'm sorry, I actively hate Wolverine.
You actively hate Wolverine?
Jean Grey mashup.
She wasn't in the book, though.
Well, I know, but it's kind of like that era, and it's like that whole thing with Ice Queen and stuff. Like,
Ice Queen. Are you renaming characters?
I don't ship them together at all.
You mean White Queen?
White Queen. I'm sorry.
Did you watch Frozen? Or did you read Astonishing?
No, my brain is frozen, is what it is. My brain's just like pause.
Anyway, I like.
Yeah, we're all team anti-Jean.
Yeah, I don't.
Team anti-Jean.
Except I like that Jean that came from the past to the future that everybody else hates with the short hair. I really like her a lot. I like that Jean Grey.
Oh, my picture's Harley Quinn. Of course, I know he introduced her.
And it's Jenny Friss and Harley Quinn.
Wow, you're good. I thought it was what's his name, Stephen Pugh.
I assume it's Jenny Friss because it looks like.
No, you know your Frissen.
I know my.
Yeah, Harley 1 is in No Man's Land, and it is the 25th anniversary book too. Oh, they put it in there too. See, I didn't know about that. Thank you for setting the record straight. Omar's Batman Dark Victory collected in an omnibus. It is in the Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale omnibus. So yes.
James asked why we don't ever ask Andrew on the show. Andrew's always welcome to join the show.
Oh yeah. He sometimes joins in the chat. Hello guys. Omar, do you think there'll be an Ultimate Spider-Man Epic collection? Ooh, Ultimate Spider-Man. Man, that would open up all kinds of maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to collect them in trade paperback. I think they'll go complete collection. Because keep in mind, like, Untold Tales of Spider-Man was complete collection. Ben Reilly, Clone Saga, those were complete collections. I think those will be rebranded as Epic collections, though. Do you know when Zdarsky's Daredevil Volume 2 will finally come out? Been pushed back a lot. Coming out in March. So I know it's coming out because we got a copy this week. So it is for sure coming out in March.
Nice.
Melanie saw it, opened it up, and she's like, I can't wait to read this because she loves that run. And rightly so. Zdarsky's Daredevil is freaking phenomenal.
Hey, question. I just remembered this. But I heard on one of the live shows someone sent you a poster portfolio and then said that one of those prints is for me. And then you said, well, maybe I'll tell her. Is that true?
If it's true, what was the poster portfolio?
I don't remember. I heard. I got people.
Oh, is it the one that, what's his name sent from California? He sent you, and then I got excited because I saw the poster. And then I got excited because I saw the comic, and it was for Jess, and the poster was for you. If it's that, then she's got it in
the box.
I just want to make sure.
Because there's two at the bottom, so.
Matt, my ex. Baby, I want that back too. I got to hear back from my boy Peter, though. I do want to get the Dark Side War. That's still available in omnibus format, and it should be cheaper now that we're getting a JLA Omnibus Volume 2 or Justice League Volume Omnibus.
Real quick, this comment by Rebel by Design is really great.
I don't.
What is wrong with you?
I used to do me being geeky. I used to have a good friend that I would trade my Marvel cards with, and we would do like role playing on the phone. And like we would always dog on Jean Grey, like we had our own like
role play Jean Grey dying.
No, okay. We would do like role plays, like stories and stuff.
Yeah.
And like one of our like things, like you know how you make things up about characters. So Jean Grey just wore a wig, and so we'd all be like snatching Jean Grey's wig. Like this is just kids being kids, but like anything we could do just to like downgrade Jean Grey. Like
you're just jealous.
I don't like.
Well, I think that's an age though. I think it's about like
hatred stemmed from.
Well, no, I know what it is.
She got with Wolvie and you
it's didn't. Because at the age like you were when like that cartoon came out, and the age I was when like X-Men Evolution comes out. It's a certain age, so you tend to like identify with different female characters there, and not her.
That's true. And she's more like the popular kid, or
so I love Evolution.
Together, and
so Rogue was my favorite, and because Rogue's my favorite, I have to decide that Jean is not.
You know,
and it all stems from that.
You could like them
like
both.
The antithesis.
No.
Is this the way girls think, or is this you two?
This way, a lot of girls think.
I will take the silence as an answer.
Of ladies who think that, because you like characters that you feel have elements or embody, like things that you can mirror or see in yourself. Like, but as a kid, you basically take one character and you like embody your whole personality over that character too.
Well, as a kid, yes.
Yeah. Now I feel differently, but I also don't have a strong what's the word? I don't have a strong connection to her. That's why I like that younger Jean Grey. That again, other people don't like. I like her.
You know, I found out why you like that. That era of X-Men is the most manga era of X-Men I've ever read. Because we had Iceman, we had Jean Grey,
Shadowcat.
Well, no.
Or-
It's the gold.
Oh, you're talking about. Yeah, okay, I get you.
It's the color era.
Yeah.
When it was X-Men Gold, X-Men
Yeah,
Blue.
blue, red.
But not those books, but mainly the other books with the solo characters. That was the most manga I've ever read in an X-Men comic. Dude, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4 reprint. This man is yelling at me. How is this not a thing yet? And Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6, quit playing. All right, once again, I don't work for Marvel. I just make I just make videos on what they're reprinting.
There's also the flip side where you ship characters because they are your opposite. Absolutely, that is true.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Opposites attract. You pick the character that you identify with most, and then you pick the other character like, oh, they're snarky.
So like Jean and Rogue. Yeah, I did that a lot.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. You can Rogue and Shadowcat, sure. Rogue and Jean?
Yeah,
No.
Rogue and Jean, yeah.
My favorite was always I was in X-Men Evolution. I'm talking about like Excalibur and everything. I always loved Shadowcat, and I liked
Phoenix?
No.
Megan.
No.
Megan has some curves.
Why are you think I'm just gonna ship like lesbians?
Tina goes both ways.
Nightcrawler.
I did.
It's Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Like I know she had a relationship with Peter that was on and off at the but it was just Nightcrawler and Shadowcat.
I can't wait to see how Flash ends and what it means for the future. Plus Jim Lee did a piece of Crisis on Infinite Earths. You're talking about the movie, huh? Okay.
Man, I don't know. I think that's coming up the DC stuff, right? Where my expectations are so low now. I was hyped up because it was good for a couple of years. Now I'm just like, oh, I don't know.
Batman looks solid. Flash looks way too convoluted, but I'm still in. Black Adam looks fun, and Aquaman. You know, Aquaman 1 was nothing to write home about, but it was fun. Brand new Day Omnibus would be nice for me. Only Complete Collection Volume 2 is still in print, and it's the cheapest option. But that means I missed one issue in Brand New Day Volume 3. Yeah. So I think I'm in with you, man. I would like Brand New Day, but I'm whatever makes people happy. If y'all want a Dan Slott omnibus, you know, that would be cool. It's just a matter of what Marvel decides to do. Have you guys heard of Spider-Man Lotus? No. What is that? Oh, dude, my dude right here knows. Chip Zdarsky Spectacular Spidey Omni would be chef's kiss. Yes. I really enjoyed Ultimates 1 and 2 after that. Oh, yeah, let's not talk about Ultimates 3. Although it's got some good artwork by Joe Mad. I love the artwork by Joe Mad. Freddie Prinze and as Canon, Jarrus in Rebel. Oh, yes.
Oh, it's Spider-Man Lotus. It's like a fan film.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Is it like the stylized like
color coordination?
Batman and
it was planned, man. Yeah. What's up, Andrew? Our wonderful producer of Near Mint Collective. Tina's name is officially TikTok Tina now. That's what I call her.
Oh yeah, Jessica and I got the Batman pizza from Little Caesars.
The maxi
pad one.
Whoa, the maxi pad.
And it comes with posters, so I have a limited edition Little Caesars Batman poster.
I'm sorry,
but also
like a maxi pad.
Listen. It's good.
You girls are gross.
Like I took a snapshot.
That's what it looks
on TikTok, and I sent it to Maddie. And I was like,
guys never talk like that.
Yes, they do.
Oh, come
my
on
God.
Now. I can't repeat some of the things I've heard you say.
Yeah,
don't.
Absolutely.
My daughter's upstairs.
See?
Hey, Omar, Secret Invasion Omnibus reprint since the show's coming up. Let's do one better, man. Let's do a new Avengers Omnibus reprint and get a new Avengers Omnibus Volume 2 with Secret Invasion in it, properly mapped. Let's make that happen instead, my brother. But, I mean, if you just want Secret Invasion, that'd be easier for Marvel to do, honestly. Any new Omni or reprint? Yes, they are coming soon. I just brought him as Prime Rib.
I love your icon. I love him.
Soon. As soon as I get the go-ahead from Marvel to start making them, it's just a matter of them choosing the content and then adding the covers. Wolverine and the X-Men is a heap of fun. It was one of the first Marvel series I picked up. It was a lot of fun. And it's funny because that's like the third act of Jason Aaron's run on Wolverine. So it's like Wolverine goes to hell, and then Wolverine and the X-Men. But still solid. Was Astonishing X-Men the first time Armor appeared?
Oh, I like Armor too.
Yes. I don't think she was in Grant Morrison's X-Men. So I want to say, yeah, that was a Joss Whedon creation.
Who'd you vote for in this year's
I didn't.
X-Men?
I was mad because somebody was asking me who I voted for, and I was like, I voted for Tempo, and they were like, that was last year, and I'm like, what? There was another one?
Yeah, every year
I didn't get to vote, man. Who'd you vote for?
I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Jean Grey?
Jean Grey wasn't on the list. She's already an X-Men. Do you even read X-Men?
Oh, okay, gatekeeper. I know what that means now.
I'm proud.
I know you all have taught me so many words in the last 2 years, like shipping
and I can't pronounce those words. So I mean, come on.
I'm so progressive now because of you two. Omar, why don't you ever ask Andrew on the show? He has to hang out in the chat because you won't.
He could be here and you don't even know it.
No, he's not.
He just shows up from this darkened section of
the ghost behind Maddie.
I am way behind on the chat. Melanie's so much better at doing this than I am.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I can click stuff you want.
I can click stuff.
Anyone ever heard the term woke?
Man, it sounds like somebody. It sounds like some snowflake came up with that word.
Don't insult snowflakes. I happen to identify as a big fleur sometimes. Rogue, my man, Rogue Jean, Andrew's illustration.
Well, sorry. I don't care about your mustache anymore.
No.
Look at that.
It was short-lived.
So, I'm most like Barbara Gordon, but I love Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I love Barbara Gordon, though.
I love Barbara Gordon.
Gina Brooke, I did that a lot. Who didn't?
Me.
You two were just. Will we see?
I read a lot of X-Men fan fiction in middle school. Okay, a lot.
I used to draw. Never mind. I ain't gonna go. This is the morning
what
chat.
You used to draw?
Nothing.
Oh.
Will we ever see Old Man Ancient One? I like that. The Old Man Ancient One. Shadowcat was 14. Yeah, Tina. Oh, but wait, my wife did the same thing, so I can't yell at Tina.
Well, and here's the thing: when you are a small child that's younger than 14, you don't really think about those things at the time. Now, as an adult, I absolutely do, but not as a 12-year-old kid who's reading Excalibur in their bedroom floor and being like, "These characters are cool."
Hey, Omar, Maddie, and Tina, do you think Saga will ever be the Omnibus streamer or stay as OHCs? Maddie, what do you think?
We kind of got it, but I mean, it's a little too big to be Omnibus because we got that compendium, and that itself was huge.
Maybe
and personally,
future, but not now.
Even if it was an omnibus, which I think would have to be in parts if it is, I don't think I want it to be as an omnibus. I think I like how it presents itself in OHCs personally. I don't have to worry about binding. I like the way it looks, and typically they don't release omnibuses. So
no, they don't. They usually do library editions, and that's pretty much it. And then compendium. They started doing compendium. I think they're gonna stick with the OHCs, but Saga's one of their best-selling properties. They're gonna release it as many different formats as they can.
Yeah,
and they should.
I have a feeling that Matt Reeves' Batman will knock the socks off of people. Look, his two. Oh, he did the 2 Planet of the Apes. I like the first Planet of the Apes. I thought that was awesome. And honestly, I did enjoy the other 2. I thought they were really good. Did you watch the John Romita Jr. cartoonist kayfabe shoot interview? I did not. I'll be honest. I don't watch YouTube. I haven't watched YouTube in a couple of years.
That's all I do.
Because
I've just been watching Five Nights at Freddy's theory videos.
Okay.
I never thought I'd have a guilty pleasure.
I can talk to you all about that.
I never thought I'd have one ever, and I am ashamed. Everything I've ever been into, I am ashamed.
You're ashamed that you don't play the game and just watch the.
No, that I like Five Nights at Freddy's.
No,
don't be ashamed.
Yeah, everybody has guilty
I bought
pleasures.
this.
I will come. I will fix some of the artwork on it for you.
Yeah, no, it's not
after
good.
6 years.
We were just talking about how that's illegal to do, or people are getting canceled for that
We're
on Twitter.
Selling it.
You cannot fix the artwork. Do you think a Dark Knight's Metal and Dark Knight's Metal get? Yes,
I I want one so bad to make it easier. Because they were like, what if we keep releasing this, but in different formats?
The Absolute is coming out. They did that before the Omnibus. I'm sure it will come. It's just they have to wait for the Absolute. Do I think the Captain America, the last 2 Brewbakers will get reprinted? Well, we're doing the reprint poll here in the next coming week, so everybody has a chance to vote for their top 5. Okay, and then I will show Marvel the top 20 votes like I did last year. But before I do that, I want to make more announcements. I hope I get them out in time. How would you map the next Spectacular Spider-Man omnibus? Do you skip the Stern Omnis? I think I went over this with everybody else a couple weeks ago. No. As a completist, I would be mad if they weren't in there. And I know it's double dipping with Roger Stern's Omni, but it's just the way that it is. Kevin Connor, thank you so much for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Let me see what it is. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, if you had a question, please let me know. Please let me know. Barbara Gordon, only as Oracle. I love me some Babs, man. And she is in that role again. I read one of the Batgirls issues.
Yeah, basically they've acknowledged that like her body still is having issues, so it's kind of a back and forth. So they're trying to like
don't tease me like that, DC. That's messed up.
Well, they're trying to find the line because I think a lot of like older fans were really upset when things were retconned.
We get that.
And then a lot of newer fans, like I joined in later, I really like new Babs, but like I like after going back and reading, I like Oracle as well. So I think it was a good move to have sort of like a to be more referential towards that, especially since we have so little disabled characters in comic books, to like at least have a kind of, you know, a mix of that.
Omar, I just started Uncanny X-Force Otherworld, and I'm completely loving it at this point. What do you think about Rick Remender's take on X-Force? I liked it a lot. I prefer Colin Yost's X-Force run. I thought that was more action in your face than Remender's. And honestly, if you're enjoying Otherworld, that's the run that a lot of people like. We're like, what the heck? It was so good up until this point. So if you're enjoying Otherworld, the rest of the book is going to be great for you. I thought the Apocalypse saga was phenomenal. The Dark Angel saga was the top, like that was top tier storytelling. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Can we get Dragon Ball in hardcover? Dude, I know. I think it really depends on the license holder. So in Japan, whatever the license holder will let Viz do, that's the way they're going to do it. Y'all anti-Gene folks need to welcome Madeline Pryor into your hearts. Yeah, how do you feel about Maddie? Not Maddie, but Maddie Pryor.
That's fine.
Who's that?
Did you say who's that? That is the Goblin Queen. Just Google her costume.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the word I would use for it.
Speaking of beautiful, none of any of these people here told me about Lady Hellbender or whatever from Guardians of the Galaxy. Y'all were just gonna let me find that character on my own?
You mean from the DNA run?
That big thick lady. Yeah, Lady Hellbender. I don't know what run she's in.
Don't make me Google big thick ladies while I'm on the live
Lady
stream.
Hellbender.
What is wrong with you?
Here, I'll save a photo. I found her in the Guardians of the Galaxy game. And
Omar says he doesn't watch YouTube. I always think of Joey from Versailles. He doesn't watch. I don't have time because if I watch YouTube, I can't make content. I can't read, man.
Well, your wife watches like.
Look at this. None of y'all thought you should send me a message about her.
Was that Frank Cho? That looked like Frank Cho.
Yes.
Frank Cho. Well, you know what? You found her on your own, and that's all that's
She's amazing in the Guardians of the Galaxy video game, which is perfect. Perfect.
Oh, that's where you found her. Okay. Omar, Maddie, and Tina, what are your thoughts on AVX Premier Edition and companion volumes? Fun. That's another book that I think it's a fun book. The story was okay. It really retconned a lot of the history of the Phoenix, but look what they're doing with the Phoenix nowadays anyway. They're doing kind of their own thing.
I never cared for the Phoenix.
You never cared because she was related to Jean Grey. That's why you didn't care. Yeah. Hello, Omar. Does Marvel reprint OHCs like House of X? And the only OHCs that I can think off the top of my head that they've reprinted are Immortal Hulk, Civil War. So I haven't heard of reprints of House X of Swords. Maybe one day. And they need to reprint Uncanny. They did reprint it last year, I think. So it might be a while before they reprint it again. I agree with Tina. As a kid, I shipped Shadowcat and Nightcrawler during Excalibur as well. All right.
It's pretty common.
With the popularity of Venom, do you expect them to make a Venom Omnibus volumes to cover? Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. The Agent Venom Omnibus, absolutely that will come. Yeah, and at this moment, just hit that like button, everybody. That does help with our YouTube algorithm. I am going to give away this copy of Elvira that Dynamite sent our way. And I'll throw in some other trade paperbacks. I'll talk about that here in a little bit when we get to the end of the show. How you all can enter to win it. And I'll throw in some trades. You just scared the crap out of me because I wasn't looking at the screen. When I looked up at the screen, I'm like, who is that lady?
Who's that
next to
white
me?
girl?
No. If you enjoy Rick Remender, please read all his independent work. Almost every book he puts in. Yes, I will say this about Rick Remender. He definitely has a formula. Usually a drunken protagonist that is suffering from depression, and there's nothing wrong with that formula. To me, his magnum opus was Fear Agent. I love Fear Agent. Loved it. I know my buddy Project Viking disagrees with me. I think he enjoyed the N League. Was it the N League, brother, that you liked? And we went back and forth between us, and I said you're dead to me. But that's okay. I still love you. Who is she?
Lady Hellbender.
Okay.
She's
Mary
also Martin
Thickness. My man never lets down.
That's my type
Maddie
of
has a
Christmas.
typey out.
I do have a type.
Right? I love Maddie Pryor. The bad girls always enter my heart. Yep. That's where they hit me too. Any additional Spider-Man gallery editions for anniversary? No, the only one that I know of is the wedding. The wedding of Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson. What does ship mean? I remember asking you that.
It's like
Right.
relationship.
And you have canon and canon fodder. So it's all like nautical sort of like themes. So
Okay, I think we're overcomplicated. Basically, if you ship someone with someone else, that means you want them to be in a relationship
You want them
together.
to be in a relationship.
Like
Yeah.
Megatron and Optimus Prime.
If it's
Yeah.
canon, it means it's an official
Not sure
or
why I went
sanctioned,
there.
licensed relationship. Canon fodder is like bad relationships typically that you like.
Kitty, man, she has a thing for Peters, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, don't take that out of context.
Jesus. I agreed, and then I was like, oh.
No, I mean Peter
Oh.
Colossus, right?
Right.
Rasputin, Peter Wisdom, Peter
I love
Guardians of the
Colossus.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
What a
Peter.
sweetheart Colossus is, you know? That's
Right?
Well,
a
he
man
was a
right
bit
there.
of
What are you gonna say about Colossus? The heart of the X-Men.
Okay,
So he kind of led Kitty around a little bit
but
during
it's
that
different
whole.
now.
They were young.
But when he sacrificed himself, he redeemed himself.
Yeah, because he died
Yeah.
to save mutant kind from the legacy virus. And Bob Harris. My girlfriend better never watch this live. I'm saying too many incriminating things.
I hope she does.
Rogue. Hollywood. Are you talking about Cool World?
Oh, I have not thought about Cool
I've
World
never
in a
seen
hot
Cool
minute.
World.
I will show you that travesty.
Okay.
Cool. You've never seen Brad Pitt and Kim Basinger, right? She's Holly.
I mean, my dad rented it for me when it first came out.
Your
Like,
dad would.
That makes sense.
I mean, I had no limits as a child, and this is what happened.
Tina, can you read this one, please?
Okay, I certainly can. Hello from. Yeah, this is
You
why
did
you
this
wanted me to
sorry.
read this.
Of course I did.
You son of a.
Whoa, Saturday live stream. Go ahead.
Thessaloniki, Greece. Thessaloniki.
Okay, I think that sounds good.
I'm sorry if I butchered that. I am so sorry. From where can I start reading modern Batman? There we go. I've got the rest of that.
I would suggest Batman, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. Maddie, what do you think? Modern Batman?
I would say Rebirth.
Wow, even more Okay, there you go. Those are two suggestions. But which Rebirth title? Detective or Batman by King?
Oh man, both. It's hard to pick one of them. King.
That was one of the best parts about Astonishing X-Men when she fell through the floor after they got together. Oh man, what a beautiful moment. Omar, I read Astonishing X-Men, and while it wasn't as good as New X-Men, well, that's wrong, but go ahead. It was still enjoyable. What do I read now? Nothing. You just stop reading X-Men because that's as good as it got.
Are you sure?
No, it's one of the best though. I mean, you could continue Astonishing X-Men. Let me see who came after that. That was oh man, Warren Ellis after that. Marjorie Bennett, who her run was up and down, and then I think Greg Pak ended up finishing out that run. But honestly, X-Men it was everywhere at that time. Read some X-Force, man. Read that era. Read X-Force. Read the Messiah Complex era. I think that's the Messiah trilogy is really solid. I think you'll enjoy that.
You think for the era, X-Force was a little bit stronger of a overall?
Well, it was more fun. It was different, and you needed that after reading so much X-Men. You know, there's only so many things you could do with the characters, and then they're starting to do the same thing over and over again.
Right.
X-Force is like, hey, we're Black Ops. Let's go kill some bad guys. That was fun. Don't tempt me onto my astonishing X-Men soapbox. Oh, please. Get it a soapbox. Oh, Maddie's now, this is very meta. You're writing a message. Did you mean the private chat?
No.
That's just out there now.
You're like, I'm hungry.
Which Donald Duck collection by Carl Barks have the best fun? Oh, 10-page stories. Christmas on Bear Mountain is solid, but I think what volume is that? That's one of my favorites, probably because it's the first appearance of Scrooge McDuck. But there was another Christmas one that had a lot less, like it had the 8-page stories and 10-page stories, and I cannot remember. Everything is boxed up, so I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called.
You can't look across the room.
I can't look across the room anymore. There's nothing. It's emptiness.
That's so sad.
Thank you so much, T2 Comic Book Reviews and Games, for the super chat, my brother. Sending some love to you all. Stay safe, and you as well, man. And again, thank you for the super chat. We're all hungry, Maddie. We're all hungry for comics. Yeah, we are. We are. I just finished collecting Morrison's Batman Saga. Wow, what? I'm always curious to know what people thought of the Batman by Morrison. Have you read that, Maddie?
No.
Okay. Because
I don't think so.
Okay, so it starts off like, hey, Batman has a kid, which we've kind of known since Son of the Demon, right? It's been hinted at for a long time. And this kid is, Talia al Ghul's son. And now he wants to meet his father. And he wants to kill Robin so he can be Robin. He's a dark, twisted little child. This is where Damian first appeared. Normal. So the story is normal. And then we get to Batman or R.I.P. I'm not going to reveal what it really stands for. And then you're like, I feel like I missed about a year worth of stories, but yet Morrison is writing like I've read that missing year. What's happening here? Because then Final Crisis happens. And, it took me a long time to appreciate what they were doing in that particular book. I thought, once you take a step back, like you appreciate that story more. Final Crisis, I've had to read like 6 times to appreciate, which nobody should do, right? Unless it's like one of those artsy films that you're really
like take a hot minute to.
And I'm not being pretentious at all, but that's the way it kind of reads. It's a bit of a mess if you are trying to find a normal superhero story, but it's so much more than that. So don't expect going in that, this is fun read. Superhero. Yeah. He has a kid. Wait, what happened? He can back up his brain. What's going on here? It's so interesting. Anyway, I dug it. I dug it more than Ken. I was never a fan of Ken until
I like him. Well, I like him in All New Wolverine.
That's the only time I ever liked him.
I like him after that. So every time I've seen him after that, I've liked him. But that's it.
Leah Williams did a really great job writing him in X Factor.
He's so cool and charming, and I don't know.
Can you add X-Men Revolution to the reprint poll? It's the one I'm missing. Of course. Everything that's out of print will be in the reprint poll, including an X book that isn't an omnibus, but maybe we can make an omnibus out of it. In my opinion, Transformers Animated has the best theme song. Tina, best theme songs for cartoons.
Best themes? You really want me to pick? Okay, Dinosaurs.
We've done this. Dinosaurs. I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mask, Defenders of the Earth.
Cities of Gold.
Cities of Gold.
Yeah.
Mysterious Cities of Gold. I love that theme. What about you, Maddie? You grew up in a different era. What do you like?
Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears.
Well, also, if it's recent, it's Craig of the Creek all the way, which everyone should watch. Craig of the Creek. Every single person. I don't know how we don't have comics yet. Craig of the Creek has its own lore. It is so good. It's a Cartoon Network show.
Okay.
Where these kids play at the creek. But there's they have this bigger world there and different groups that have different areas at the creek, and it's so good. So good.
Omar should read Onslaught 6 times. I have read it twice, and that's good enough for me, man. Onslaught is not one that you can appreciate the more you read it. Some things are just meant to be read once or never read at all. Ever since I watched Daniel Craig era, I really want. The 007 paperbacks are solid. The comics are really good. They've had a lot. DuckTales is good.
Yeah.
Bionic 6, my man knows what's up. Dungeons and Dragons. You like that one too, even though it's like a narrative.
It's a narrative, yeah.
Welcome to
This
the
is
world of
a-
Dungeons. I'm your
A dungeon master.
and that guy over there is evil, and so is that dragon. Now here's your weapons. Wow, way to like just lay it all
I've
out.
never heard somebody say like that is the best overall like theme song. I would counter like Darkwing Duck has a better theme song than that.
Let's get dangerous, baby.
Let's
That's a
go.
bumper
Okay.
sticker right
So
there. TMNT. Thunder. My oldest daughter would agree. TMNT really like that you get to know the characters, you get to know the villains, and it has a catchy theme.
Mhm.
Star Wars Clone Saga title card hits. Dude, The Mandalorian and Boba Fett, both of the music in that like are solid. I
good.
really like it.
One thing we have left out, which we shouldn't, and you all wouldn't know, but the English opening for Cardcaptor Saga.
No.
No.
It is amazing.
Over Digimon? Over the English opening of Digimon?
Digimon.
Yes,
Digimon,
absolutely.
just-
And
Yeah.
I love that. I love
I
that.
would
But
prefer
it is the
Digimon
English Cardcaptor
Cardcaptor.
Sakura. It's silly.
Doyle knows what's up. Gummy bears
Now,
Now I
bouncing
love
here.
it. Like
Everywhere.
catch it. Kito.
No. The other one's like the secrets of the cloud. It's so silly. It's so silly.
Is she saying crack of the creek? Is this what you're saying?
Craig.
Craig.
Okay. How's Snowpiercer comic? Dude, it's so good. Sadly, the creator passed away after the first volume, so everything you read, like Snowpiercer 2 and 3, are other people's take on the characters and the world of Snowpiercer. How is the show? Because I really want to watch it. I love the movie. I thought it was a good
I love
adaptation
the
of the
movie.
comic. I haven't seen the show, and I'm afraid to. Gargoyles is solid.
That is the
DuckTales,
like
Animaniacs,
early
Tiny
to
Toons.
mid '90s like blockbuster like pack there.
I have read all of Walking Dead. I was reading those. You know, it's weird. I have a weird history with Walking Dead. I never liked Walking Dead, but it's just one of those books that I kept reading and reading because I did maybe subconsciously like the idea of I like that nobody can be safe. Anybody can die.
Yeah.
Right. I think you liked some of the characters. Like some of the characters were very.
Michonne? I think that was it.
Michonne.
And I love what's her name? Oh goodness, they
I
killed
can't
her off in
remember.
the show, and she was Rick's girlfriend for a while. She was with Walt for a while. Oh my goodness, she was the sniper.
Mhm.
I really liked her.
I still stand by because I've watched the shows, I've read the books. But for me, the Walking Dead game by Telltale is still my favorite iteration of that universe. I think it's the most interesting and compelling.
Craig in the Creek is so good. So Craig of the
Of
Creek.
the Creek.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. How many times have you to read to appreciate Bendis? Look, he's a wonderful human being. I think I do appreciate some of the things that he's done for comics. I mean, he introduced a lot of people to comics, and that's great. While I don't have the admiration that a lot of his fans do for him, I do appreciate the things he has done for the comic book industry. And I will say I did enjoy some things like Secret War. I thought Secret War was great. I thought Secret War was a good setup for New Avengers. I like a lot of his ideas, but the execution I don't agree with. And the talking heads I have issues with. But God bless him. If not for him, we wouldn't have Miles Morales. We wouldn't have Eve Ewing's run on Ironheart, which I fell in love with. And now I'm looking at Eve Ewing's other works, and I'm hoping she comes back and does other things because she also wrote Champions. So I appreciate the things he has added to comics.
Real quick,
Maddie.
because I just thought about this because someone said they thought Clementine was on their nerves, which I understand, but I didn't feel that way. But Clementine from the Walking Dead game is getting her own comic coming out later this year by Love of My Life, Tilly Walden, who is working on it.
Do you have?
You've heard me talk about Tilly Walden. She's like one of my favorite authors and artists. I love her.
You got me into spinning. And,
yeah.
What was the other book that we did on a Sunbeam?
Yeah, on a Sunbeam.
Tilly Walden, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Omar. Hope all is well. Thank you, brother. Could you do a retro review of Absolute Editions of Crisis on Infinite Earths and JLA Avengers and Absolute? I don't have Absolute Quiver. I don't know why. I should get it. But yeah, anytime I get those unboxed, I'll be happy to. All my Absolutes are boxed up right now. Yeah, can we get some more likes, por favor? 266 people watching, 149 peeps. Thank you that have hit the like button.
Thank you.
It's awful, but the Fantastic Four theme song has always stuck with me. Iron Man is pretty heavy metal, man. Y'all remember Iron Man from the 90s? He's super buff, like making his, it was after X-Men and it was after Spider-Man. So
I remember what was it? Not Thundercats. What was the other one?
I agree. The Peacemaker, do you want to have a taste? Like I don't skip that song. It's so catchy.
So real quick, we've gotten this question a few times, so I want to make sure we're going to answer it. I haven't read it, but I watched the show and I really, really enjoyed it. It's definitely
what is the show?
Not what I expected. Kakegurui. So like it's a high school but they gamble. Mm-hmm. They do all these different gambling games, which I really like. I like the premise. It's definitely also very spicy.
It is very spicy.
But in a different way, like a comical way.
As it was.
Are we talking about food or?
It's very lewd.
It's lewd. It's very, very lewd. Like when the main protagonist, like she's just obsessed with gambling,
and
they get like really turned on about it. It's kind of like watching Food Wars. You know, like people eat the food and it's good, and then they're like naked or whatever. It's I got that same kind of feel.
Food Wars is a whole nother.
But that's more comical. This one feels more
comical.
serious.
This one's like kind of serious and very like I like it. I do like it.
Omar, do you know what's going to happen to the Transformers OHCs once IDW loses their license? They are going to be gone because Hasbro will take that license and give it to someone else. Sadly, the phase 1 and 2 and 3 will be gone and out of print. And God knows if whoever owns the license next will reprint them. And if they reprint them, they will not make them in the same style and format. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they could. They very well could. I just don't know. So, Omar, when would you read X-Men Grand Design? Grand Design spoils so much. So if you want like a quick recap on X-Men, you can read it anytime. But if you want to wait until, spoilers are done, read it after Extinction Agenda, because that's when he ends it. My kids liked Gravity Falls. You like Gravity Falls.
I cosplayed as Mabel. Yeah. That sequence definitely hits, especially remixes.
That was the young lady's name in Walking Dead that I really liked. Okay. Andrea. She was awesome. The TV show version? No. Even though I love that actress. She is easy on the eyes. But, dude, I've had a mad crush on her since she was in, what was that movie? The other Frank Darabont film. Stephen King adaptation.
You and Maddie have a lot of crushes.
Yeah, but
all right, not all of us are like Demi over here.
Yeah, whatever that means.
I mean, I had some unusual interests, which I'm very embarrassed to admit sometimes.
We'll talk about that in the after hours show.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, I do, because I have so many questions.
I got questions.
All of a sudden, like toasters popped to mind or something like that.
No.
You said unusual.
No.
I like how that's
interesting
that's where your brain went first.
My
Omar.
brain went with Gene and Rogue, and you guys shut me down.
No, you went to toaster.
I like Nightcrawler. I like Beast.
So you like blue dudes,
basically, but I don't.
Oh,
like
you're a
Prowler
monster lover.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan.
No, I'm thinking.
Dr. Manhattan's Watchmen. Yeah, he's blue. You like that?
Yeah, no. That's why I said I don't.
You like fur on them.
Although I did enjoy watching that movie in the movie tavern and drinking the Blue Sang because it was fun.
I love themed drinks.
I miss going to movie taverns for that reason.
Well, they have vaccinated showings now too. That's how we saw Scream 5.
Vaccinated showings?
You have to prove you bring your vaccination thing. So
wait.
It was great.
I finished Alias Omnibus last night. I was expecting for something better and more complex. People love that book. People love that run. And my take on it, it was okay. It was a little over the top. Business Crime comics are great too. Yeah, people really like Powers and Sam and Twitch. I think those are the most popular stuff. Melanie looks different than the last time we saw Omni. This is TikTok Tina, who's dressed as Rousey from Delta Room, which is the sequel to Undertale.
Well, it's not really a sequel to.
She just actually me. Okay.
But it does have elements.
You should be proud of me that I remember.
Anagram for Azrael.
Is it?
Yeah.
Naruto too. Naruto and Full Metal Alchemist had great openings though. Will Scurry HC and 1 and 2 be reprinted? Being that those are kickstarted, I don't know how he plans on. That guy is super nice, by the way. He sent me some hardcovers to give away from, I guess, 2 giveaways ago. I mean, he self-publishes his books, so I respect anybody that does that. I think it's great. And those books are beautiful. Little mice and adventures, man. It's great. Whole cartoon had great. SWAT Cats, which is coming back, according to our buddy Josh. Is Josh here in the chat? I'm surprised through all the craziness of Fast and the Furious has done, they've never got graphic novels.
I am surprised. There is a board game. So that's something. Yeah.
Is it officially licensed?
It's sold by Target. I don't know.
Oh, well, then it must be.
Yeah.
X-Men Arcade, Junk Factory 11 over. X-Men, the Pride of the X-Men. I like that. That was catchy. Kakeguri is like kanji for babies.
I've never read kanji, but I like Liar Game. But I've heard a lot of people told me to watch kanji.
Oh, kanji is now okay, now I was confused. Omar, did you get a new house or are you just being proactive? March, the first week of March is when we officially move. It's been a long time coming, and oh my gosh. Y'all still want to come and help me move?
Yeah.
I'll supply the beer.
I'm interested to see
pick the day or the weekend. I'll put my schedule. That way, nothing else gets in the way of it.
Oh, thank you, Maddie. The Mist. I love that movie. That movie freaked out Stephen King because Stephen King's ending was different than the ending of the movie. Mm-hmm. And after watching the movie, Stephen King sent Frank Darabont an email saying, "You managed to freak me out. Well done." That's awesome. That's a heck of a compliment. How do you feel about Ben Reilly popping back up more recently in Spider-Man? I'm all for it, man. I like Ben. Thought he was a pretty cool cat. Did he overstay his welcome? Yeah, probably, but a lot of people did in the 90s. Yes, that's her name, Laurie Holden. Okay. Way back in the X-Files. She is not. Oh, and Bryce Dallas Howard.
I love Bryce Dallas Howard.
Boba Fett. She's wonderful. She will be in the new season of The Boys. Oh,
I'm ready for this new season. I'm excited about it.
Papa Smurf Tina.
No,
he was furry.
This one here.
We know what Smurfy likes.
We know. Look way back in the videos. I think like our first one. Way back, guys.
Beast is full heel these days.
No.
What does that mean?
It's a wrestling term. So the heel's the bad guy.
I love.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's gone through his secondary,
Guys, I've been watching a lot of the that Undertaker documentary. So
I understand wrestling. I didn't even know you were into wrestling.
I also was a kid. I don't watch it now.
I did too, but I haven't seen. Was it Jesse Say What? He has what's her name? Becky.
Oh yeah.
Becky Lynch as his as his avatar, and I was like, "Who's that young lady?" So I learned a lot about wrestling, what's going on these days through that avatar. Death and Glory by Remender felt like Fast and the Furious. Yeah, actually it did. That was a good book. Armando, ¿cómo estás, hermano? Hey, Omar, is Marvel no longer doing Marvel Select books? I think that line is either on hiatus or gone, just like their big monster books. I will ask, though. I know they only had a number of them to do. Maze Runner director to do Valiant's Arbinger.
Interesting.
I saw Bloodshot, and that was all right. Or I moved last year and almost killed me. I will say it is really stressful on your, not just you, but also your relationship. It really shows the strength of your relationship when you're doing things like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I've talked about it on the channel when I do videos, why you only see one video instead of two. Not only that, but then I got sick for a week. Like, it was bad. And then my dad got sick and was hospitalized. So a lot of things were happening in my personal life. So it kept me from doing the things that making sure my videos were out by 11:30 in the morning, because I have to travel an hour to go see my dad, have to come back here to pick up my kids. So I still managed to do things and set time aside to do this. But moving was in the back burner like after everything that happened. So now we're back to focusing on moving again because, well, the closing date's coming. So exciting and stressful times for sure. What's up, Bar? You were missed. I haven't read Martial Law. I always wanted to. It's like a Judge Dredd, right? Or similar to that. It's a cinematic Gwen Stacy that didn't die. You are absolutely right. She survived Spider-Man 3. And so did Tobey Maguire's career. What's up, buddy? Let's see. So this week, in case you missed it earlier, we'll be doing a social media post. There are some interviews coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Astonishing Melanie is interviewing Elsa Charatier, who's a wonderful artist. She's been on the channel before. Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm interviewing Matt Hawkins, writer, worked for Top Cow and Image Comics. And Tuesday at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all these will be live, is my interview with Brandon Sanderson. Monday is the overview of Howard the Duck. Sunday will be the overview of the Flintstones. I do want to talk about it. I've been reading it. Lots of fun. Tuesday will be the Marvel trade paperbacks. Old Reader, New Reader, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right, Maddie? With Jessie.
Yeah, Jessie Gender.
Jessie Gender, who has her own YouTube channel. And
That's great.
Wednesday will be... Oh my goodness, Wednesday will be where to start reading. I haven't decided on who yet. Thursday will be some of the Fantagraphics book that they were kind enough to send me, like Squeak the Mouse, which is freaking insane. And Friday will be the upcoming collected edition, or the solicitations for DC Comics for June of 2022.
Your wife has something to say.
Alicia isn't on the quick recall team. She did the social studies multiple choice test, but her school is winning so far. That's my baby.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job being smart, Melanie.
You do good.
Winning. Did I miss next week's schedule? I just said it. Uncanny X-Men 390. That's the Colossus issue.
Okay.
In an event that would get his own Omni or be... yes. Are you asking, is it in anything? Yes, it's in the... let's see. It's after X-Men Revolutions. It's in the X-Men Eve of Destruction.
Is it in sequential volume?
It's in the... No, it's not a sequential volume, but it's called Eve of Destruction.
Okay.
If you want to improve your wrestling knowledge, just ask. Same stories are even more complex than comics. Yes, I agree with that. I used to watch when it was like Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Tugboat, Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Big Bertha.
I'm friends with Miss Elizabeth's brother, John Pat. She passed. Oh my goodness, she passed away in the early aughts, I want to say. And then Randy Macho Man Savage passed away. And I never got to meet him, but I got to meet Miss Elizabeth, who was married to Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah.
There was a good documentary that I watched 2 years ago. It was Beyond the Mat, I think. It was a Vice documentary series.
Yeah.
And it would focus on one wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them, I was familiar with because I was a kid watching that stuff. Thank you, my brother. My dad he's better, and he recognizes me. So that means the world to me. Will there be any more live streams with Tina and Amanda? Well, that's Maddie. And this is Tina. And
It's
Maddie's
okay.
on
Sometimes they call me Amanda. Sometimes they call me Melanie. You never know.
If it makes you feel better, they call Melanie Maddie. Sometimes. Sometimes they call Amanda Omar. Or Maddie. Or Matt. Or what's my wife? Melanie.
What?
I'm kidding.
Sure.
Yes, they are always welcome on the channel. You should interview someone from Malibu Comics. Well, Malibu Comics says, who would I interview? I'm trying to think. The big Malibu Comics at the time was Prime, right? And I cannot interview that guy because he is in prison. You can look up what he did yourself because he is a piece of human trash. Hey, Omar, are you announcing any more reprints before the... Yes, I'm hoping to. I'm hoping that I'll get with Marvel, and I hope to. So the announcements are coming. John Byrne over Jim Lee in a wrestling match? Mud wrestling? What are we talking about here, Joe Cool? Eve of Destruction hardcover, also out of print. You're right. Let's get to the bottom here. Do you need to read all new X-Men to understand stuff in Wolverine and the X-Men? No, the crossover in Battle of the Atom it's taken out of there, so you can buy that hardcover yourself. All you need to know is the original 5 X-Men are now living in modern time. That's pretty much it.
It's easy to catch up with, honestly.
There was so much wrestling that went on in my childhood. Remember that time Randy Savage got bitten by Jake the Snake Roberts? WrestleMania 3, I think, is the big one. The Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. I saw that was a good documentary, the Andre the Giant on HBO
that
Max.
was a really, really good one.
Well, definitely watch that Last Ride. It's about the Undertaker's last.
He's still alive though, right?
Yeah. No, but he's like, okay, I need to stop. My body can't do this. I need to make this my last match. And it's 6 episodes, so
Oh wow!
I mean, spoiler alert, the first match is not his last one. I think we watched on Discovery or something. It's somewhere. I don't know.
Okay. Omar, the actress' name is Laurie Holden. First time I ever saw her face was in X-Files. She's a wonderful actress. Amazon doing some crazy-ish stuff with Comixology. I think they're migrating. Yeah. And I heard it was a mess right now, which sucks. I'd love to interview John Romita Jr. I like his art. I know some people don't, but I happen to like his art. Undertaker has never been alive. That's his thing. Mega Shrimster.
I mean,
yeah, I was a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan growing up. That was
you did the 3-1-6?
It was my dad's favorite, so it was my favorite.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel like I missed out on all this wrestling. Like I was watching.
You grew up in Kentucky. How did you not watch wrestling?
I watched in the morning. There was a martial arts show that Bruce Lee's daughter like narrated and stuff, and it had different people meshing up and fighting. No one remembers that one, I guess.
This is okay. Have you reached out to Kurt Busiek to see if he'll do an interview now that Astro City's coming back into print? Kurt Busiek is one of the kindest creators out there. He took his time to reject me twice. I reached out in 2019 and 2021, and he said he's in poor health, and I respect that. He's like, I don't know if I could go on camera for an hour or even 30 minutes. So mad respect for him. I love his stuff, and I would love to have him on, but he did say if he feels better, if his health comes, he gets back to health, that he would be happy to join me sometime. So I will reach out again. I need to go to Don Rosa's house first because he invited me over, and we totally dropped the ball on that because that, what did you all call it? The Panini house.
The panorama.
Thank you, everyone, for another great Saturday morning live show. Omar, much love, brother. Tina and Maddie, what a pleasant surprise. Melanie, hope to see you back next Saturday. Have a good weekend, everyone, and you as well. CNS S84. We do have to wrap up. Let's take some couple of questions. Dude, Owen Hart. What a sad thing that happened, man.
Yeah.
He fell from he died. Like he was supposed to be on Wire. Was that part of WrestleMania when that happened? Oh, I just know it was live when it happened, and it was pay-per-view. Oh. Triple H is coming back to WWE after his heart. What?
That's another one. He needs to take a break.
Wrestling. That's right. That's what we call it in Kentucky, baby. Wrestling. Wrestling is still a thing, man. Yeah. People love their soap operas. I'm sure it got crazy. I used to watch what was that show on MTV, Tough Enough? That people would compete to become wrestlers. I don't know if anybody besides The Miz is like still wrestling from that, but anyone who doesn't enjoy JR, reread Stern Spidey. Damn, when he was inked by his dad. Yes, those issues were great. I grew up with Scotty Too Hottie, Bret the Hitman Hart, best ever. Mine was also.
He also is a great documentary too.
Ultimate Warrior was my favorite. Ultimate Warrior and $1 Million Man. And then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Those were my dudes growing up. You have no idea any of these characters. Even Ric Flair. You know Ric Flair, right?
No.
What about The Rock?
Yeah.
Can you smell what The Rock is?
The Rock Johnson?
The Rock Johnson? Yeah. It's close enough. The Rock Johnson. Have a good weekend. Live good and prosper. I can do it. Can you do it, Tina? Yeah, look at these nerds. I haven't seen wrestling since 2019 other than the yearly WrestleMania thing. We used to do a pay-per-view. It was a lot of fun. My friends and I were heavy into it. I don't think any of us really took it serious. I think most of us, there's a certain reality to it, though. These people's bodies go through hell doing these things. Daredevil Man Without Fear was my first introduction to JR's art and hooked me. Dude, I don't think anybody draws a more menacing Kingpin than John Romita Jr. Just how big and menacing he is. Yeah. He's so awesome. Hey, Omar, a video of yours introduced me to Batgirl Cassandra Cain by Kelly Puckett. Yeah. And it's so great. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I wish they would freaking finish those. We only got 3 of those Batgirls. Man, I wish they'd keep going with those. Ending the stream with another super chat. Thank you so much.
Yay, thank
you.
To
my girls, Maddie and Tina. Love y'all. Have a great week. Let's just forget about Omar. That's okay, though. That's okay. Half of the 90s wrestlers are superheroes now. You're right.
Yeah.
Was John Cena a wrestler or was he?
John Cena was a wrestler.
Oh, he was?
I've never seen him.
What's it called? What the heck is that other thing that they do? Yeah. Okay, you know. Never mind.
I have no
My
idea.
brother met the Ultimate Warrior in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Man.
That's awesome. I always liked the Ultimate Warrior.
Didn't he have a comic? Like a really bad one.
It's very good.
This is a good movie.
Also, because Florence Pugh's in it, and I love her.
No, dibs.
No, that girl obviously
dib.
swings my way. Let's
Why?
be
Because
real.
she's dating the guy from Scrubs?
Come on.
All right, whatever, man.
Bye. No
Right.
See, people remember it. Shannon Lee, yes. Okay, Tina,
I remember the Shannon Lee
Masters,
show.
yeah.
It was WMAC. What does WMAC Masters stand for?
Master Arts something. I mean, I was in Kung Fu and I did Wushu and everything at the time. So.
Oh, that's right. You were in a martial arts. You're getting my well wishes every week, Omar. Don't be jealous. I ain't jealous. Wonderful to see you all again. It's good to see you, my brother. Can't decide if I want to go with Amazing Spider-Man Classic Omnibus or the new ones and also get that Donny Cates Venom, but I do know I'm getting Spidey. You're a man of good taste. Bam, man.
I'm going to have to jump off because I'm starving.
Go eat.
Go eat.
I'm going to wrap up. I'll take 3 more questions. Maddie,
I love you.
We're in like an hour and a half.
Yep.
Bye, Maddie. Thank you. All right, now it's Tina and Omar show. We'll take 5 more questions. 5 more questions.
5 more.
That's how I do.
Hold it to you.
Cena wasn't 90s. No, he wasn't. He was early aughts, right? I wasn't watching wrestling at the time. I did get to see Andre the Giant wrestle. Oh, you did? I never saw him wrestle.
Oh, man. I just feel so sad every time I think about Andre the Giant.
Did you watch the documentary?
I did watch the documentary. I mean, I love Princess Bride, and he was in it, and just the things that he had to go through in his life and in wrestling. I mean,
what I was just blown away by was the amount of alcohol he could drink.
Well, he was
and the amount that he could eat. Like, it was crazy. All of you who want Batman 401 and Detective 568 and graphic novel get Legends released in the UK this week. These in DC Heroes and Villains Part Work. Thank you. $20.99 is a must, but if you go with Classic, there's nothing wrong with Classic. Come and hang out with us more, Maddie and Tina. We missed you, and the chat got 10 times gayer with you here. I don't bring out the gay. What?
Like my deer in headlights when I'm like trying to remember this when Maddie and Omar's like already 5 subjects away. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh,
hire me for Near Mint Wrestling. Are you a wrestler or are you just like what are we talking about here?
Run by Design is a nice wrestling name.
That is a nice wrestling name. Probably Viking's a good wrestling name too. And he kind of looks like a wrestler right there. Andre drank a keg in one go. He was insane how much he could drink.
Nordstrom.
That was adorable.
That
was adorable. Ultimate Warrior, part of the Ultimate Universe. I guess he could be. He could be. Which wrestler in history stands the best chance of beating Spider-Man? Randy Macho Man Savage, because he actually, what was his name? Hacksaw. He was in the movie, in the first movie, the Sam Raimi movie. What the heck was his name?
I don't know.
Near Mint Wrestling. Now, there's a spin-off channel. You do both, Rebel by Design? All right, we got our first wrestler.
All right.
Thought Andre in Princess Bride wasn't a real man. Think the young me thought he was like Ludo. Oh, like a guy in a suit? That's awesome.
Man.
Bonesaw. Thank you. Bonesaw. I called him, what did I call him? Chainsaw? Bonesaw. Oh, Bonesaw's ready.
As soon as you said Chainsaw, I was like, Chainsaw Man? Okay, I got this.
But you know who Savage, like Randy Macho Man Savage
Yeah, I do know who he is, yes.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace. That guy stopped the 2012 disaster because that's the year he died. He died in a car crash, and he stopped Armageddon from happening because he fought the demons in the afterlife.
This is the timeline now.
This is my timeline.
What's your timeline?
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. That's right. Slip into a Slim Jim. Oh, man, that was the guy. Bonesaw is ready. Oh, dude. Sometimes I miss those days of wrestling. That guy was a nut. I never did get to meet him, but I met his wife.
You have to be a little crazy to be into that.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, like the amount of there's always that. Ultimate Warrior was a quack, especially the speech he gave the next day passed away. Yeah, he passed away. Oh, nuts, man. There was a Spidey ripoff wrestler in WCW called the Arachnaman. You may have already answered this. Sorry, never apologize. It's okay, Nathan. But what's your schedule for next week? Upcoming interviews. I mentioned that. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. is Astonishing Melanie with Elsa Charitier and my overview of Flintstones OHC. Monday will be Howard the Duck in the Morning, the Omnibus. And at 7 p.m. is the Matt Hawkins interview. These are all live interviews. Tuesday is the Marvel Trades. Old Reader, New Reader at 8. And at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my interview with Brandon Sanderson. Then we have Wednesday will be the Where to Start Reading. I don't know which character. It'll be a DC character. Thursday will be the Fantagraphics books that are coming out this month. Friday will be the upcoming collected edition or solicitations for DC for June. Controversy aside, Chris Benoit was amazing. I saw I had not watched wrestling when all that was happening, and I found out through the documentary that messed up what he did. But I never saw him wrestle. I hope you all are doing well. Take care. Joey, you take care of yourself, brother. Sting was awesome. And Sting was awesome before he dressed like the Crow, too. Wow, what's happening here? We're talking about wrestling.
Divergent.
Ric Flair. I did get to meet Ric Flair a couple times. Super nuts, man.
Wow.
Did you do or Where to Start Reading Peacemaker? I guess I could do that. I'll think of something. I think it would have been an honor to got Rock Bottom by Dwayne Johnson. It would definitely. Yes. Randy was great, but talking about nuts. How about we just talked about that. But I never Surfer Sting. Matt Foley, dude. What was he? He was 3 characters, right? Man Thing, Matt Foley, and then he was another character. The Dude. What was his name? My cousins were big into wrestling at the time.
Is an awesome name.
No, it was like he was like a 60s guy. I can't remember what his name was.
The Dude.
Omar, got to check out AEW's real throwback to old school wrestling. Okay. Oh, Mankind, Mick Foley, Dude Love. See?
Okay.
I told you it was a dude something, man.
He's the man. The Dude. What is that?
It's been so many years since I've seen wrestling. Omar, do you know the 2022 edition of 52? Okay, yeah, we'll end it on a horrible note. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I was doing a video and I noticed that the price of the 52 Omnibus reprint is coming out at $175 retail price.
Why?
I mean, things go up.
I know things go up.
But
why?
The original price was $150. It was released 8 years ago.
Why?
Going up 25.
What can justify that price? That is.
Well, everything, right? You could talk about the price of gas going up, the price of paper going up, the price of the price of distribution centers. Employees.
It better do more than just sit on the shelf for that price.
Are you kidding me? People are going to buy it to just sit on the shelf or to read. It's a $25 price hike.
Okay.
It is the first omnibus that I can think of that's $175.
How thick?
It's a big book. It collects all 52 issues, but it's just I don't know, man. That $175 is a lot.
Right.
We're slowly seeing some books transition to $150. I know Marvel has their very first $150 book. I can't remember. Was it King in Black? Maybe. It's one of the big books outside of the Golden Age and Silver Age restoration stuff, which is always expensive. So.
Is it going to be a limited run? Is it
No. It's just whatever. It's going to be in print. The problem is like the people like me that have 52 know the original 52 printing has horrible binding. So I was going to get it again. $175 retail price though. That's even at a discount, you're paying about $100 for this book at a good discount.
Right. Even
That's
if you look
a
at
lot of money.
If you sell your original 52, is it really worth it?
And I agree. Okay, first of all, I agree with this. For that price, I would include. That's one that I wanted to include in there. And also, I don't need the history of the DC universe. I mean, it would have been cool to include that in there, but I would rather have the World War III issues with Black Adam. That would have been awesome. King in Black and AVX. That was the other book. AVX is also $150, but both books are 1,568 pages.
Those are really
1,600 pages. This book is only 1,216 pages. The price of toys. I talked about this too. The new Legends, are $25.99. It's crazy. With the recent announcement of Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters, do you think we'll get an Omni that collects the 1 through 11 of the other series? If not an omnibus, I say some kind of like OHC. Whoa! I took more than 3 questions.
You did?
Yeah.
Or 5.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button on the way out. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. They take pre-orders. That is our U.S. official sponsor for the episode. thank you so much for watching us. Thank you again to all the people that reached out about my dad. Hope he is doing better, and hopefully he will be coming home sometime soon. Thank you. You all mean the world to me. And Tina, any last words? Why don't you sign us off?
This was great being here, as usual. If you liked, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Please, guys, stay tuned next time, next Saturday, and keep us in mind throughout the week. We have more in store for you.
Oh, we do?
Well,
you got a mouse in your pocket?
Well,
I haven't said that in a long time.
collectively as
Have a
a
good
channel.
one. All right, collectively.